And with that, good evening. Moin Moin. Hello. How are you doing? All right. Let me just replay this first message here.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box
Thank you so much
Duo
for 10
Channel
months.
Experience.
I hope you're doing
Could
well.
new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and
Lovely
premium
to see
flight
you.
infotainment
Andreas
will
on
be
YouTube.
served.
Moin.
Thank you.
Ah, yeah, Andreas. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Elias, hello to you. Forward. My God, what's wrong with my voice today? Forward, good to be. I think I had too much dust inhalation. Our house is extremely dusty right now due to all the renovation works.
Aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch
And Voyager coming in with a
experience.
42 total month
Please
resub.
make your way to the first
Voyager,
class
moin
cabin,
moin.
where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight
Luke, hello.
entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Moin moin, damn another month and still enjoying lull.
Damn, another month. Dankeschön, Voyager. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut. Right, guys. So, the reason for today's stream is, well, A, to have fun. B, to try out the FCU from WinWing, which has arrived. So here it is.
Welcome aboard.
I've mounted it very nicely to the whole flight sim setup.
Please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary
Wow.
drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Wow.
He always sounds so enthusiastic, really. Yoda, how you doing? Wie geht's? Thank you so much, Yoda. I hope you're doing well. How's the bike going? I'm sure it's wonderful. But it's still cold, man. I was cycling twice last week, or this week actually twice, and it was so freaking cold, man. Yeah, Voyager, I'm doing well. It's just, getting up every morning is it's tiring. I'm not used to getting up every morning, 6:30. The bike is fast, I can imagine. Hey, Wurzelnetz after, nice to see you too. I don't know how to pronounce that name. It looks very Greek. Hello to you. Welcome. Okay, so Elias. Let me go ahead and let me quickly start my flows here so that we get going. We are on VATSIM flying today from Berlin to Toulouse. And it's already busy. Cool. So let me get a few things straight out of the way regarding the WinWing FCU, because people will be very curious to hear all about it. Now, I have several hardware add-ons from WinWing. I have throttles. I have panels. Lots of stuff from WinWing, and I'm actually very, very pleased in general with WinWing. So when I heard that they are producing a pretty much true to life sized FCU panel for the Airbus, I thought, well, $90 something or 90 euros, that is amazing, all right? And the quality of the hardware itself is fine. The buttons work okay, although I have to say that the haptic of the buttons is actually better on the mini FCU, strangely enough. However, the functionality is all given. The tactile feedback is there. It's just a little bit more springy compared to the mini FCU. Hey, V-Pilot. So that is all good, and I was already used to the Sim app. Is it called Sim app? It's called Sim app Pro app from WinWing, because I had to already install other add-ons and hardware add-ons. So that was not a big issue for me. I updated the driver to version 1.06, and then came the really, really stunning surprise. Now, guys, can I ask you, you've got about 80, we've got 50, 60 people here in Twitch right now, and about 35 on YouTube. Can I ask you, how many of you are using DX12 and frame generation? If you do, type 1, please. If you don't, type 0, please. I'm just curious because I am using, as you know, I'm using frame generation, right? So there's zeros. Okay, so we've got some. Okay, I'm surprised. So, I mean, I know it needs a special graphics card for it. That's able to run frame generation. So I'm aware of the fact that not everyone.
I'm out for the walk around.
Not everyone has the luxury of actually using frame generation. Okay, now Terrainer doesn't even know. Then I don't think you do. Okay, let me show you something which you can't see here right now, but I'm going to show you a little video, and you'll see exactly what happens when you turn on frame generation. It doesn't matter about DX12. I can use DX12, and if I have frame generation off, all good. But as soon as I turn on frame generation, then this happens. Look at the display. It starts to flicker. You see that? And that's annoying. That is really, really annoying. And I honestly don't understand how you can even see the flickering on stream. Okay, thank you, Cloakon. So I honestly don't know why, because I'm not even interested in the technical background why. It's just weird. Another thing I noticed, if you go and focus a different monitor window, the flickering also stops. It's just when you focus on the game window, so Microsoft Flight Sim window, then it starts flickering. So it has to do with frame generation. Yes, Colimato, I'm running version 1.06. That's the latest it's showing me. Yes. Okay, so let me check real quickly which version they are running now. Hold on, let me just see. Give me a second. No, it's saying version 1.06 is the latest. 1.06. Yeah, and mine is really bad. You can see the flickering already again. I know, so it's currently... There's no later version. It's 1.06. Yeah, hey Optic. Yeah, no, I'm not really complaining about the haptic. You know, if we didn't have like a mini FCU as a comparison, then you know you wouldn't know. But yeah, on the mini FCU, obviously the haptic is a little bit better quality. But still, the size, you know, this being more real like size, and already. You can't really see it, but I am using a clamp from WinWing for mounting it on a desktop. So it just fits. It's you get the screws with it, and it just fits. You don't have to go through crazy hard-working. Kind of any home building skills to mount this to a desk. Yeah, Captain Chaos. That's the thing, right? So it's weird to see. They've gone a different way with the display, and so that the frame generation interferes with the display of the FCU. Really, really strange. Also interesting that some people are saying they have issues, and other people saying they don't have issues. Interesting. Anyways, the functions though are given, and if I'm honest, I mean, I can still read off the, it is flickering. Hopefully they will find a solution for this.
I'm back. No issues on the walk around.
Fantastic. So let's go ahead then and prepare the flight. So first of all, I want to say a big thank you again to everyone that joined me on Cross the Pond. I really enjoyed the flight. It's one of those those happenings where I know it's going to be extremely tiring. Just streaming for, I think I sat in front of the PC like 11 hours in total. But the time went by so fast, and that's thanks to all of you that interacted. We had some good laughs. Oh yes, I did see that. Yeah, I was actually with the go around. I was actually on Flight Sim Bests. Yeah, and it's so typical that in the end, yeah, you couldn't really stage that in any form. Like we had to go around, right? So yeah, that was very cool. Tiring, but very cool indeed. Hey Ali, and hello Wolfgang Dorman. Hello to you. Greetings to Austria. How are you? Okay, thanks for answering. I think like 50-50. So 50% are actually using frame generation. Guys, be aware, if you order the FCU right now, then you may encounter the same issues. Although in the community, the feedback was that some people have flickering, some don't. Some don't have it as extreme as I have it. But yeah, and I tried again today to have frame generation off, and it's so frustrating that even with my PC, I can't get, steady above 50 FPS. When I take off here in Berlin, I just tried this afternoon, I get like 46, 45 FPS. Not even on ultra settings. It's just on 4K, right? So that's flight simming for you. It's just weird. Yeah, and I have a very strong system, so it is one of those things which but then again, frame generation, 60 FPS, all fine, nice and crisp displays, all good, no complaints on that side. It's just yeah, it has some other downsides, unfortunately. Anyhow, we are called Air France 27 Kilo, and then hey Ruben Prevost, WinWing has two methods of syncing the display, data-driven and stream-driven. Maybe
Hi, the security and safety checks were all done. Are you good to start boarding?
Yes.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Yes.
Please don't boarding requested. Passengers boarding starting.
Yes, please. Why is that not registering? Hold on. Speakers. Voice control. Device. Yes, please.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Why is that not registering? Where's my setup for the microphone? Open microphone mode. Yes, please. Man, what's happening?
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Did you sleep well after
Affirmative.
CTP?
All right, I don't know why it's not registering my speech input. That's really weird. Did I? Hey TV, how you doing? Yeah, I slept really well. I was so tired, man. I honestly. So let's see, what else can I set? I honestly don't know. Okay. Nope, not registering it. Oh, hang on. Stream, no additional output. Stream mix. Right. I don't. Honestly, that's weird. Why is that not registering? Anyhow, let's see. TV Ranger. Yeah, thank you very much for the 60 months, and I hope you're doing well. Yes, I was just talking about the Cross the Pond event, and again, I was like, yeah, so pleasantly surprised again that it all went so smoothly. ATC was fantastic, and the whole event well organized. I know that some people didn't get a slot at all, or not the slot that they wanted, but again, all in all, at least what I can tell, it was a fantastic, venue. Then there was a question on YouTube regarding the hard landing of the 747 from Lufthansa. Yeah, that was scary, man. Not gonna lie. Right, let me just restart. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, and so I heard that it was training. It was a training flight, and the pilot flying was very inexperienced, and they had a hard landing. And from the looks of it, I would imagine the instructor took over, and in the bounce, so they did the right thing. So the aircraft bounced, and they did a go around from the bounce. That's what you should do. Not trying to force the landing, because you could see that on the second bounce, the nose gear dropped quite heavily, and that can happen when the spoilers deploy. So remember that you have a lift vector, and when the aircraft is flying, you have a lift vector, and you have your center of gravity. The thing is that the moment the spoilers come up, it decreases the lift drastically, which means the whole momentum, or the moment, regarding stabilizer, regarding lift vector, regarding CG, the whole moment changes, and quite often the nose drops. And so it's best to just go around, because we've seen other landings where the nose gear then slams onto the runway. The whole nose bounces up again, and you get kind of this overcorrection. In the end, there have been cases where the nose gear actually was damaged and so on. So they did exactly the right thing. They went around, and I would imagine the second landing was then done by the instructor. Yeah, so I think, it's difficult for people to kind of maybe follow the fact that you
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box
the training in the simulator.
Experience. Could new subscribers
and yes, you
please
have
make their way to the first class cabin,
landing mission
where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight
where you do nothing else, just land the aircraft, right? You do patterns in the simulator, at least 10 landings. Rotate. Hey, thank you so much. So big thank you to Gilles. Gilles, thank you so much.
Thanks.
And however, the real aircraft, yeah, it's the 747 land. So the real aircraft will still behave a bit different, and the whole experience is just different. That's why flying simulators is one thing, but then being in the real aircraft is something else. And that's one thing. The other thing you have to realize is the human factor. So imagine if it's your first flight with a real aircraft, and it's a long flight, right? Los Angeles is a very long flight. 11 hours, 12 hours, or I think it's about 11 hours. And you can imagine that the new pilots will be very nervous. So probably not slept all day, maybe not even on board, because sleeping on board also takes practice. I remember that the first time that I was, trying to get some sleep on board, I just couldn't. I was nervous, excited, and so I couldn't sleep. And so it's a long day, and yeah, who knows? Maybe they had, some shifting wind. You never know what other factors came in. And then, yeah, maybe he was just so focused, kind of so in that tunnel vision, where he was so focused on the landing that he just simply forgot to pull, at 50 feet or 30 feet. He just completely missed the point to start flaring the aircraft. And so then, the landing was a bit harder. Yeah, so again, Captain Chaos, the danger is that if you bounce, the aircraft goes airborne and the spoilers come up. During the bounce, there could be a tendency for the nose to drop. And then if you're trying to force the landing after that, you could get into that tortoising kind of motion. And in the end, if it gets worse and worse, I'm sure you guys know some videos on YouTube where you see these landings on the nose gear happen, and it's just crazy. It just gets worse and worse and worse with each bounce. So it's a good thing that... the aircraft is definitely very strong. And the aircraft flew back pretty much on schedule. So it wasn't damaged in any form. So all good. Right, there was another thing. So Ruben, you said WinWing has two methods of syncing the displays, data-driven and stream-driven. Maybe it has to do with the stream-driven because looking at what the game is rendering to implement displays. Okay, that could be the case, yeah. Gunfella, I don't know. I'm hearing some people. So for me, again, another thing. I have paid for this in the regular way. I have not been, gifted this unit. I paid full price. So rest assured, my opinion is unbiased. All right. So no hype BS, as I wrote it a little bit, with a grin today in my Discord. So again, guys, if you just joined, we're talking about the WinWing FCU that I received, and I ordered in the morning. So I think they opened up like midnight, and or 3 in the morning, and I ordered like 7 or 8 in the morning. So I was not the first within the first group that ordered, but I received, I think on Saturday, I received the email with the payment details, and I paid, and then it was sent off on Monday, I think, and so I received it yesterday. Good. So I showed a video, guys, for those that just joined, the issue I'm having right now. Now, the flickering you're seeing on the display, I have narrowed it down to the fact that frame generation is causing that issue. So it's not DX12 per se, because I am using DX12 as well all the time, but when I switch off the frame generation, then the flickering stops. And so I can definitely point that to the frame generation. So hopefully at some time they are aware. So some people, because I'm not the only one with the issue, some people have reported it, and so I think by now they are aware of it, and hopefully they find a fix soon. Mundas, were you back in the? I was only flying the 747-400. I never flew the Dash 8. I've not tried. Okay, so that's one thing I haven't had time to check yet. I've not tried the fly-by-wire. Maybe we can do that after the flight. How about that, Captain Chaos? Cool. So we're flying to Toulouse. They are supposed to have ATC later on as well. Toulouse, westerly winds, 6 knots, good weather, 16 degrees. Maybe some rain showers when we arrive. So this is going to get a little bit worse as we arrive tonight. Marseille is the alternate, wind 240 at 12, not too bad. They're probably landing southerly direction then. Also some rain showers maybe, but no, not really. No, all good. No threats there. And Berlin right now, I think that is already passed. So yeah, good weather. Nothing bad. Cool. Oh yeah, so Gilend, yeah, I know. So there was a little bit of a little drama on across the pond. A well-known flight sim content creator who flew along called an ATC an idiot because he received a descent clearance and he just couldn't quite understand why. And the controller obviously had, you know, I guess he was very busy, didn't have much time, and so he didn't explain why. He just told them again to descend. And I don't know what triggered him so badly. But yeah, he called on stream. He called the controller an idiot. Now I have a clear opinion to that, and that is obviously, you know, it's a flight simulation. There's no need to get hung up and, you know, worked up about something like that. And quite honestly, I don't know what his issue is in general with VATSIM and so on, and why he gets so upset with this. But for me, it's a no-go. You just don't call people openly when hundreds and hundreds of people are watching on stream. You just don't call someone an idiot, right? And in real life, I've had situations where I was upset with ATC. However, the first thing that you learn is you do not discuss these things over ATC frequency. ATC controllers are busy. They need to stay focused. And so if you have any issues, all you do is you ask for a phone number. And then afterwards, you call that ATC up. And usually you would get in contact with the supervisor. So not directly with the controller, it's himself or herself. So the supervisor will take your question and your feedback. And then if it has to be, you know, cleared up further, then there would be a direct communication at some point with that controller. And I have had issues. As an example, I was in the approach, and we were at 4,000 feet, and we got information that there's a VFA traffic left, right, 3 or 4 miles ahead, crossing 500 feet below. And so I just said, okay, roger. And then I had the aircraft on TCAS. And on TCAS, it only showed minus 100. So that got my attention. And we were in and out of clouds, so I couldn't make out the traffic, which in any ways, it doesn't matter. If you get a TCAS resolution, you follow it. Even if you think you have identified the aircraft, you always follow that TCAS. And so I called the controller, said, hey, are you sure that traffic is at 3,500, which would have been legal for that aircraft? Because the airspace, he's allowed to fly below 4,000 feet in that area. And so the controller said, yeah, he's at 3,500. So the next thing I hear is traffic, and then a couple seconds later, climb. And so we climbed. And I just called, you know, such and such call sign, TCAS RA. And the controller started discussing it. And I told you that's a VFR traffic, it's no factor, stop climb. So I just said TCAS RA, which means he has to shut up, right? So all ATC is allowed to say in this case is roger, copied, whatever. But you don't start discussing while I'm in a TCAS RA procedure. And I was upset. I was really angry at the response of the controller. So I called the supervisor. After I asked for a phone number, I called the supervisor and I said, this has to be cleared up. You've got to tell you guys, that's a procedure. You just do not start discussing things as they unfold. And so he said you're absolutely right. I will, I'll talk to the controller, and that was cleared up. But again, you do not discuss things like that over the frequency. Simple as that. And you certainly do not call anyone over the frequency an idiot, right? You do not become, you don't go down that path. Hey, Stepka, nice to see you. Yeah, I'm doing well. And Dr. Fred, moin moin. Okay, so Otik says the fly-by-wire car has a current issues. Apparently only the stable version works. Okay, interesting, yeah. And also people asking, this unit here, this does not work with X-Plane yet. They are on a schedule to release it in May, I think. They want to make that compatible in May with X-Plane. Yeah. Yeah, so the mounting, again, since I have some other WinWing products, they have very good solutions regarding mounting to the table and so on. Hayden, nice to see you too. How are you? Wonderful. Okay, cool. Hey, and Sim Caesar in the house. Big shout out to Sim Caesar. How are you doing, Sim Caesar? Big shout out. Mark, my dear moderator, Mark, is not in the house. He's actually on Madeira right now. How cool is that? How cool is that? So, let me see. I will give a shout out to Sim Caesar. There's the channel. Guys, if you don't know Sim Caesar yet, please check out this channel on Twitch. Thank you very much. Cool. So let's continue now with the preparations. And I think we are finished with the boarding. So let me go receive messages. Oh, sorry, Lilo, you asked earlier. And JetBlue, hello, how are you doing? A Sobo stream, no. So what anything specifically new? Yeah, anything new? That's the final load sheet, so it's already finished. So 57.7, and we'll take a CG of 29.7. And the block fuel is 9.3 ordered. APU is already running. And the alternate fuel is as follows. So we want to put the alternate fuel 1.7. Marseille is the alternate airport. So previous page, Marseille is correct. 1.7 alternate fuel. And that means, let's load the wind here really quickly. And that means we should have about 800 kilograms extra, according to the flight plan. Hey, Brett, nice to see you. How are you? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you? Okay, so they said they would try to license Marcus 24 as a professional sim like X-Plane with the FAA. Okay, if that's
Welcome aboard
what their goal is,
Duo channel experience.
That would be good news.
Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight infotainment will be served.
That would indeed be very good news. Hey, Octas, 2 months.
How's the renovation going? Ladder still needed?
Yeah, I actually honestly guys, I almost fell down the ladder last night because someone moved it just slightly, and it wasn't completely resting on the top bar where I got on it, and the whole thing suddenly moved sideways, and I almost fell down. So no joke, my heart was pumping yesterday, especially since I'm afraid of heights. Yeah, the renovation works are going. Actually, now we are seeing some great and fast improvements. So the whole ceiling has to be redone now. It's in the new ceiling. Electrical work is almost done as well. So next week they'll be closing all the wall. Yeah, all the openings for the wiring, rewiring. They're going to close that next week. And then yeah. Things will go with a new floor and yeah, new paint and so on. But it's still going to take a few weeks to finish. But now, at least now, we can see a lot of improvements. That's nice. Hey, TV, did you call someone an idiot? TV Benjo? Almost. I mean, you know, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. That's me saying idiot. Yeah, so JetBlue, no, it's not a faulty unit. The reason for the flickering is frame generation. So if you use DX12 with frame generation on, then you may encounter that flickering. Hopefully, yeah, they will find a way around that. They are aware of the issue. Hey, Alex, nice to see you. And so, yeah, you know, it should be fixed hopefully soon. Yeah, JetBlue, it's someone was saying that it probably tries to replicate the flight sim screen, and so even though your eyes doesn't see the flickering or whatever here on the screen, I guess when it comes into the unit, it just has an issue with the frame generation. So it does start to flicker. I'm not an expert with, you know, all the technical stuff. Stabilizer motion. Yeah, exactly. Right, guys, I don't know, is it already live? Probably not, is it? I'll do that some other time. Right, anyways, so let's get the ATIS, shall we? Because ATIS is now online, I think, because delivery is online as well. And that means we can start getting the infos. So let's go and get the oh, come on. ATIS offline. There it is. So we've got Berlin, Brandenburg, information Lima. Automated weather expecting ILS 25 left, 25 right. After locating 25 left or 25 remain on tower frequency. Wind is 220 at 13. Good visibility. View 3,307 degrees. 1005 on the altimeter. That is synced. Yeah, so SimCaesar, I mean, you probably just heard Lilo write that, or saw Lilo write that as well. So if Microsoft wants Microsoft 2024 to be licensed as a fully kind of accepted flight simulator, just like X-Plane, that would mean that they seriously have to fix these issues with, you know, aerodynamic inertia and so on. I don't think they will be able to get around cheating, you know, with some weird, you know, workarounds. So I think they truly have to have in the core of the Microsoft 24 engine, they have to have a proper working aerodynamic model, and that is good news. That is giving me hope that that's gonna, you know, that's gonna be coming. There are many bugs, Gilend. Yeah, there are many bugs. You know, mismatch between par piece and ILS glide slope. Yes, there's so many things really. A weather radar, you name it. There's just so many things. And honestly, let's put it this way: if they don't have the capacity, because I'm sure they have the knowledge and the know-how and the money. If they don't have the capacity to fix or implement weather radar functionality, then go and get someone that knows how to do it. Get someone external, but at least allow someone externally to do it. Because in Microsoft 2020, they just block most of the things. And that's why so many add-on makers having such a hard time implementing things in Microsoft 2020. So again, hopefully with 2024 things will change. Oh, that's cool, Alex. Thanks for the feedback. So on the WinWing Discord server, they said they're trying to get the flickering fixed as soon as possible. Nice. Now, one thing again, since I am using some other units from WinWing and I'm very happy with the hardware quality, the next add-ons that you can expect here are then the EFIS control panel. and I think the buttons on the side as well. So they're going to work on this panel, and then on this panel as well, it seems. But honestly, I don't know if I really want to get this panel. It's not really that necessary, but yeah, the EFS control panel definitely. Yeah. Steven Rubenger, okay, touche. Touche. Don't destroy my hopes. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, shall we go and get the clearance? Let's go and find the menu for that. Is it here or is it here? I think it's here. ATC request, and let's go get pre-departure clearance. So information was Lima. Gate number is Bravo 12. Yeah, Ortic, that's probably true. Yeah, for you know, proper hardware, you know, flight sim builders. Yeah, it is going to be interesting for them, I guess. Yeah, you're right. And then it's going to be Echo Delta Delta Bravo, I'd imagine. Navint. Yeah, France. Let's try that, shall we? Active Sky? No, actually, no. So the thing is, guys, again, the building going on is so loud. It's just, you cannot get, you know, they're right below my office, right? And, you know, when they are hammering, and it's just, it just, you cannot stand it. At least I can't. So I was honestly unable to spend much time in the office. And so I was not able to try out Active Sky yet. But from the feedback that I have seen already, you know, from other streamers, I think it looks nice in parts. There are very nice kind of setups. The only thing, stand by, the only thing you have to realize is that it's not a true simulation of the weather here in Marcus Flight Sim. So it's more a visual representation. Yeah, it's not as if the active sky weather is enforced onto the Microsoft platform. It's more just the visuals. And so I've heard people say that yeah, it's, you know, the rain looks a bit weird compared to the Microsoft rain and so on. Yeah, and since the weather radar doesn't work yet, and I have highly doubt that it will in 2020. It will probably more likely be working in 2024. Well, the renovation works aren't finished yet, so it's going to take another 4 weeks, and it's not cheap. Let's put it this way, it's not cheap. But then, I mean, if I look at what a middle-class car costs here in Germany, then honestly, I'd rather spend the money on renovation works than a new car, because, you know, getting a completely new living area with a new kitchen, complete new kitchen, more space, a new staircase to the upstairs part of the house, new electric wiring, with, you know, with modern features regarding that wiring. Yeah, I'd rather go with the renovation works and not with the car. News on EFIS win. I have not heard anything about the EFIS yet. No. Octas, yeah, touche. GG's. I didn't, Octas. I didn't think it through all the way. I see. my I don't know. My fantasy doesn't go that far, it seems. But a good point. Good point. I'll take that. Get us over. Yeah, I mean, the upper room, so the office. Yeah, it's completely. It's a different. Yeah, wiring. How expensive is a middle class car in Germany? Well, have a look. Go on. Like, let's go BMW or Mercedes and have a look for middle class car. How much that is. Or even if you go to Volkswagen, go for the Volkswagen Golf and, you know, put in some nice features. Like a little bit bigger engine, you know, some fancy stuff, and you realize how expensive cars are in Germany. Right, I'm just wondering regarding clearance, has it kicked out my sim brief? Not my sim brief. Not sim brief. Hang on. Where's the settings for the? No, that's an external file, isn't it? No, disregard then. All good. Yeah, also, now we did, at some point we thought about buying a different house. So selling this house that we're living in and buying a different house. But again, the costs, yeah, thank you, Game Stuff. Yeah, I think I haven't changed that. So, well, I mean, it is current, so it should work. And I think since I got the reply, so the message went out. It's more just waiting now for the message to come back. Yeah, so, you know, if you look at, you know, tax costs and lawyer and whatever, it's so, again, renovation work will be in that around that that cost factor. So, what do I drive currently? I have a Ford Focus. Ford Focus. It's a we call it Combi. Don't know what it's called in the US. So is it hatchback? So it's like a station wagon, really. Right, let me just call him up. 121605. Just want to see if something's not working on his side. Or, in fact, my Hoppy code isn't working correctly. Oh, that reminds me. Hang on. Did I have FENIX yet? Hold on. FENIX, yeah. Yeah, that is all correct. Yeah, estate. Is it estate? Yeah, probably is estate then, yeah. Is Tesla, yeah, Tesla, I think from the price point, I think, what's the cheapest Tesla car here in Germany or Europe? Is it like 70,000 euros or something? Berlin delivery, good evening from Air France, 27 Kilo.
Air France 27 Kilo, Tower, aggregation delivery, hello.
Yeah, requested the PDC. Did anything come through on your side?
Air France 27 Kilo, unfortunately negative. Didn't got a PDC from you.
Okay, we'll try again. Right, so FENIX.
Lufthansa 172 Sierra.
So let me try again. FENIX, where do I find it? Where's the file? It will be in community folder, right? So FENIX.
Lufthansa 172 Sierra.
FENIX. Where will I find it? Hoppy.
Mockingbird 2024 requesting push and start.
Hoppy.
Mockingbird 2024.
Config.
Startup. Expect startup in about 5 minutes.
Roger.
Oh, you're right. It's the external app. Ah, yeah.
Delivery geredet ist ja wieder 89er Uniform on position Bravo 07 Alpha. Requesting clearance for Frankfurt with information on board.
You got blocked.
Roger, Walker 4325, start approved for taxi, contact tower 120.030, bye-bye.
For taxi 120.030.
So that is in.
4325 and start up approved.
That is in.
Eine delivery cadet 30 Lufthansa 89er uniform on position Bravo 07 Alpha. Requesting clearance and start up for destination Frankfurt with info Lima on board.
Lufthansa 89er uniform, Berlin, delivery hello, information, Lima correct, cleared Frankfurt, locked to November, flight plan route, climb at 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, I found it. So,
Clear for cleared for
that is in.
Frankfurt via the locked to November departure route, runway 0, correction 2.
Let me just switch that back. Let me see, Captain Kojak, hello. Got the same flickering display without it. Okay, I contacted the customer, they told me to switch to, yeah, no. So you don't even have to switch back to DX12. You only have to stop frame generation. Oh, there we go. Now it's gone through, okay. So, yeah, guys, again, you don't have to switch to DX11. You only have to switch off frame generation. That's all, and that stops the flickering. Yeah, forward, maybe now it works. Maybe now it has come through, so we'll have a look. In the meantime, what I can do is I can already set, because we have to get going, I can already set ILS 32 left. And we are expecting the Narak 7 India arrival. And then approach via. Let me have a look. Real quickly, so that's Lafku. So let's have a look then via Lafku. There it is. There's our clearance. There's the clearance. So it has worked. Thank you. So let's accept that. Send. So we are cleared to Toulouse. 25 left. The Lokdo to November. So let's enter that already. 25 left. Lokdo to November. And squawk 1000. That is in. Next frequency, next page is 121605, pre-selected, and request startup on 121605. Cool. Captain Mitchell. Yeah, I have. So, I mean, you can see the flickering even from here. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, so I've mounted it here to the whole setup of my flight sim with a you know, a bracket that you can order with the WinWing. And here we go. CDR received, clearance confirmed, and so the loop is now closed. All is good. 828 miles. So let's quickly have a look for the ground charts here. Airport and parking stands. Parking stands, there we are. And we want to go later on with intersection Mike 7 for takeoff. That's good. And then what we want is, oops, we want to have the Lokdo to November. There it is. So it's going to climb to 5,000 feet, which I'll pre-select via the FCU. And it's going to be 230 track and then intercept the Bravo India Brandenburg 225 radial to 7.9. Although I'm pretty sure there should be a coded, an ANF coded version. Let's have a look. Yeah, there it is. The overlay, that's what we want. So it's going to be Delta Bravo 260, 263, Lulu Ezika Lokdo. 260, 263, Lulu Ezika Lokdo. Correct, and we've implemented 5,000 feet here. So that is all done. 828 miles, we'll compare that with the OFP. And here we have 827. Just 1 mile difference. Excellent. Hey, Harry. I wish the FENIX had fuel sheet company. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Harry, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Cool. Let me do one more thing here. Then let's do the calculations. Sync the final load sheet. We'll have a config. All right, let's try optimum. Toga no, anti-ice no, packs off. No, we'll have packs on. 66.7 tons, is that correct? Let's have a look here. Yeah, 66.7. And we'll have a look for the intersection, Mike 7. We'll take that one. And I'll enter 1004 here. Temperature 8. And let's calculate that again. As I thought, that's giving us a flap 356. So let's force a config 2 and have a look what it does to the flex. Nothing. So flex 56 is fine. So let's do that. I'm going to send that to the MCDU. And so now we have 142, 142, 145. Flaps 2 up 0.2. Shift in as well. That's very nice. And for the procedure, it's NEDP 2. So 1150, 1160 is fine. And the procedure would be 245, 25 miles. We can enter that here quickly. 25 left. 225, no, 245 actually. 245, 25 miles. Secondary copy active. Quick return to Schönefeld. And we'll take 25 left as well. It's a long runway. No star, no via. And that's it. Cool. So quick briefing. We have a A320 CFM engine, no technical issues. And fuel ordered 9,300 kilograms, 9,200 external tanks. Symmetrically balanced. That's just the APU has taken a bit of fuel from here. That is fine. And extra is 800 kilograms. Departure was briefed. Sector altitude on departure is also important, 2,400 feet, so 3,000 is definitely safe. Initial climb 5,000. So I think that is pretty clear. Let's have the normal checklist here. You're joking, Octas. Your bus is worth 300,000 K. Blimey. That's almost as much as my house cost 20 years ago. Anyways, cockpit preparation checklist. We got gear pins covers removed. Fuel quantity 9,200 kilograms balanced. Then we have the seatbelts on, ADIRS, NAV, and Barber Ref 1005 is set. That's the cockpit preparation checklist completed. Krawatten. Piloten der Straße. Lol. That is actually funny. Straight Fire Gaming, hello to you. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. And Mark,
welcome aboard
what?
Captain Blackbox Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way
honored.
to the first class cabin?
In your holidays.
Complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment.
Off to the bar. Have a drink on me as well, Mark. Man, my dear friend, thank you so much.
Happy 78.
Happy 78.
Have a great flight. Off back to the bar.
Thank you much.
Face.
Yeah, and I'm sure. So, Mark, I hope you haven't caught a sunburn. Because I know you had lovely weather there. My God, I'm so envious. I honestly am. Thank you for hopping in, Mark, and greetings to the both of you. Enjoy the meal at the bar. Not yet. Excellent. Excellent. Enjoy the meal or the bar, whatever. Nice. Enjoy the evening. So we'll close everything here. Harry, when you have time for the MC that stopped requesting wind data after seeing they don't do it in real life. The wind data. Oh no. It depends on the airline SOPs, Harry. Then, because we definitely just requested the wind data here through the MCDU, and all we did was we checked on the data page, page 2. We checked that we have all the winds, including the descent, cruise, and climb winds. And that's all we did. But we didn't hack that in manually, no. We uplinked that. Cool. Then I think we're ready, right? Shall we do that? And Berlin delivery from Air France 27 Kilo, stand Bravo 20, information Lima, fully ready for startup.
Air France 27 Kilo, startup not approved, expect startup in about 4 minutes.
That's copy, standing by here for startup, Air France 27 Kilo. Busy, hey Rob. Oh yes.
1701 to start.
Wow, that's busy. Blimey. And look at that, he's already taking Mike 7 as well. There's one waiting there. Approach someone. Lovely. Do you just ignore EDDB wind data in this case? I'm not sure in it. Oh, you mean no? So the thing is, so when you upload the wind, that goes away. It has to. So either you do an average wind, headwind, tailwind in here, or you uplink the full wind. So I would argue on a short flight, on a very short flight, then you would just do an average wind. You wouldn't really bother with implementing, the full winds. Exactly, Matthias. Yeah, you could just enter you could go headwind, head, or tailwind, and just an average value. And the average value here on the Lufthansa format, you'll find it up here. So minus 18 would be headwind. For shorter flight, that's perfectly good. For longer flights, I would not recommend that.
And can you please confirm the departure?
It's the Gerga 1 Alpha departure.
Confirm it's Gerga 1 Alpha departure.
Gerga 1 Alpha, correct, yes.
Yeah, Gerga 1 Alpha. Thank you, sir. Scott 2046.
And Scandinavian 864, read back correct. Report your targeted offer time.
Yeah, around after 10 minutes from now.
Roger.
Some nice scenery, I have to say. Quite like it. But it's frame heavy. If you don't use frame generation, it does eat some frames. Oi! I hope he's moving. Otherwise I have to ignore him.
We will check Mike here at Frankfurt, local to November departure flight at route traverse 5000.
Going to Mike Alpha, respect correct, report target offer time.
About 1-8.
Oh, that's not even my position. Lol. Disregard. Yeah. This is our livery today. I was fixated on something else straight away. I'm not used to Air France. So let's see. Hey Christian, how are you doing? Let's have a look. AOC menu, received messages. So pre-departure clearance, get rid of that.
Air France 27 Kilo, startup approved for pushback, contact Apron 121.855, bye-bye.
Startup is approved to pushback on 121.855. Thank you much, Air France 27 Kilo.
Welche Runway? Wollt ihr mich rausschießen?
Rausschießen. Low.
Da fliegt 1701 an, ich die 25 rechts, das sieht aktuell falsch aus, das müsste die Lurus 1 Alpha werden.
So we expect pushback as well.
Bin ich aber nicht für geklärt.
On this.
Starfleet 1701, pre-clearance, out of runway 25 right, Lucas 1 Alpha, initial climb via fit 5,000 feet, rest of the clearance remains unchanged.
I'm doing well, Christian. Thanks so much.
1 Alpha, passt. Hat der Delivery nicht aufgepasst.
And ground Abend, the Air Force 27 Kilo, Bravo 12, ready for pushback.
All stations, stand by.
Departure check completed. Pipe has been inserted.
Tower, good evening, you're going.
Tower?
1 November Charlie, ILS 25 left.
No, it's ground.
Condor 45 is given 210 degrees, 7 knots, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Oh, that's also tower.
Roger.
Huh? What?
Looking gear.
It has a dedicated ground frequency. I don't know why.
Step 24, Mike, taxi to stand Delta 18 via Victor 1.
Victor 1 to the stand Delta 18, step 24, Mike.
That is weird.
Eurowings 4, Papa Whiskey, taxi to gate Charlie 06 via Victor 2.
Busy.
Charlie 06 via Victor 2.
VATSIM going pilot edge mode. Hope not. I hope not.
Call you. Okay, back 2024, contact Brim Radar 120, decimal 630.
Could you please repeat? You were very noisy.
Contact 120, decimal
How dare you be so noisy?
120630, thank you, have a good evening, bye.
Tower, good evening, you're going. 1 November Charlie 25 left.
Eurowings 1 November, Charlie Tower, hello. Super 5 to Bravo, call you.
Yeah, Christian, again, are you using frame generation?
Eurowings 1 November, Charlie, wind 210 degrees, 7 knots, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Release parking brake.
25 left, clear to land from November Charlie.
Lufthansa 1953, taxi via Victor 2, hold short of Echo.
Bonjour. No, this is from GSX HT320.
Call you.
I love how the pitch is already
Condor 5 for Whiskey, taxi via Romeo Bravo, hold
also a
short
bit
of
higher
Echo.
up because that's a lift up.
Romeo Bravo, hold short Victor 1, Condor 5 for Whiskey.
Let me put on the
All stations stand by, call you.
transponder, so maybe that then gives them a little nudge.
Release parking brake.
So let's read the checklist, shall we? Let's go with the Let's go with the before start checklist. Parking brake is set. Takeoff speed thrust 142, 4245, and flex 56. Windows, doors closed. Closed. The beacon is on, and that's the before start checklist completed. Yeah, Christian. So somebody was kind enough to point out that they have already acknowledged the issue with DX12 and frame generation, so they are working on a fix. So hopefully with the next a driver update, it will get better.
Alpha 03 via Foxtrot, Walker 2099.
Starfleet 1701, were you cleared by tower for anything?
Negative! Still sitting here, waiting for my turn.
Yeah, so we had a
He's cool.
short
No worries.
but you can continue taxi to holding on 182 left and contact him 120.03.
Yeah, Christian. Welcome.
Du meinst 25 right?
Ja, natürlich.
Und die Frequenznummer?
120.030.
20.030. Danke dir, tschüss.
Ciao. Lufthansa 193, contact tower 118.
I have some bad memories.
Release parking brake.
There was an event here. Was it last year or something? It took us like an hour to get pushback. Man. Hope it doesn't take that long today.
Anyone still missing a pushback clearance?
Yeah, Air France 27 Kilo stand Bravo 12.
Air France 27 Kilo. Roger. Pushback approved. Facing south on Victor 2.
On to Victor 2 facing south. Pushback is approved. Dankeschön, Air France 27 Kilo. Just make sure that we have the right... yeah, Victor 2 facing south, all correctly programmed. Let's go.
Release commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
So engine start. This time we'll use the start button here as well.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross check.
That looks good. Fuel pumps on. Bleed is on. To start. Oh, where's my... Hang on. Where's my...
Corner 5 for whiskey. Apron, hello. Taxi to stand Charlie 08 via Victor 1 and Echo. Give way to the Griffin to the Zimba A320 on the...
Then Charlie 08, Victor 1, Echo and giving way to the white aircraft crossing
Gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs, including the following
Runway ground correction from very good evening, KLM 251 Bravo 04, request pushback.
oxygen masks, life jackets,
KLM 251, let's walk to 141.
2141 KLM 251.
KLM 251, thank you, apron load, pushback approved, facing north on Victor Charlie.
So good engine start on 2, starting engine 1. When you have long delays for the push, do you shut down APU and do fines still apply? Yeah, when...
Parking brake.
How,
Waiting your confirmation for good engine.
a lot of airports these days already have a lot of very restrictive, or a lot of restrictions regarding APU usage. So, so once you are allowed to start the APU, you would think about, you know, does it make sense to start it now, i.e. how much longer do we have to wait, etc. And I talked about this some time ago, or actually maybe from time to time I would talk about the environmental considerations that pilots also take into account. So, you know, saving fuel is not only about saving costs, it's also about, you know, saving carbon dioxide. So, definitely something we consider. But there's also other factors like, you know, passenger comfort, you know, on summer, if it's very hot. So flight control check, up, down, left, right, neutral, rudder, left, right, neutral.
Wings 1 November Charlie, then just became occupied. Take instead Charlie 05.
Charlie 05 or 1 November Charlie.
So that should be 27.4. Let's have a look quickly. 27.4.
No truck disconnected.
Yeah,
Has been removed.
Fantastic. Cool.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Yeah, it was a Tegel event. Yeah, yeah. It was some time ago, but man, that still sticks with me because I was getting so upset. And now we have DX12 issues again regarding the tiles.
Glückwunsch zu Platz 1 in Europa, knapp 80 inbound, über 40 outbound. Condor 5 for Whiskey, macht jetzt Platz. Danke für den tollen Service.
Oh, lol.
Ja, ich bin gespannt. Danke fürs Fliegen, ciao.
You just said it's about 80 departures, 40 inbounds. So again, it's a normal day. It's Berlin Thursday. But yeah, definitely very busy. After start, anti-ice is off. We have ECAM status checked, pitch trim 27.4% and rudder trim neutral, and that's the after start checklist completed.
Facing south on Victor 2, Airline 6187.
Hey, Aero Traveler, hello. Air France 27 kilo request taxi, able Mike 7.
Air France 27 kilo taxi via a swing over on Victor 1, hold shot Bravo.
We'll swing over to Victor 1 and we'll hold shot Bravo, Air France 27 kilo. Good.
Berlin Apron, guten Abend, German Wings to Mike Alpha Gate, Charlie 11 request, pushback.
Right side clear, left side clear. Let's go.
Turn wings to Mike Alpha, apron hello.
Brake check.
Straight back.
Yeah, that's so the middle one is Victor Charlie, and the right one is Victor 1.
Apron moin, Lufthansa 98, Charlie Sam Bravo 11, request pushback.
And Bravo is the first one here. We'll hold short here.
Lufthansa 98, Charlie apron, hello, stand by. Air France 27 Kilo, contact Berlin Tower 118.805, bye bye.
118.805, thank you much, bye. Air France 27 Kilo.
Seatbelt 987,
Apron.
Tower Lulu,
Lufthansa 898 taxiing Mike 83.
Blocked.
Tower Lulu, Lufthansa 5 X-ray, Zufahrt left.
Lufthansa 5 X-ray Tower Lulu.
Lufthansa 89 uniform requesting taxi to runway 25 left again.
Confirm that was the rejected departure?
Correct, rejected departure.
Roger, taxi via Alpha, hold short of Victor 1.
Taxiing Alpha, hold short Victor 1, Lufthansa 8.
Someone doing RTO, interesting.
Einer 42 Yankee November, wind 21 Wildery, 7 knots, runway 25 right, clear to land.
25 right, clear to land, 42 Yankee November.
Glen Tower, Namt Air France 27 Kilo, holding short Bravo.
Air France 27 Kilo, Tower Low. Text starting point, runway 25 left via Victor 2 and Mach 7.
Victor 2 and Mike 7, holding point 25 left, Air France 27 Kilo. Yeah, nice. So he's giving. So he has given me Mike 7, which I was actually surprised because I thought. Because that traffic there, actually not too much. There's two. Just two traffic. Fantastic. So let's see how far the cabin is. Here's Mike 7, so the shift is correct.
Scandinavian 25 Quebec at Alpha, give way to the Lufthansa Airbus 320 Neo left to right.
Give way to the Airbus the Alpha.
Lufthansa 15TG here review. Heading for runway D5 right.
Lufthansa 1522 Tower. Scandinavian 62 Tango, taxi via Charlie, hold short of Victor 3.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Thank you much. So, taxi checklist, flight controls checked, flap setting, config 2, radar, predictor wind shear system on and auto. Engine mode selector, normal, EK memo, takeoff, no blue.
Victor 3,
taxi checklist completed.
Lufthansa 1953, report next arriving company, Airbus 320 Neo, short final runway 25 left inside.
Broke inside for Lufthansa 1953.
Lufthansa 1953, band mentioned traffic line up runway 25 left behind.
Busy. Busy.
Lufthansa 1522, wind 21 Wildery, 7 knots, runway 25 right, clear to land. Ryanair 42 Yankee November, contact apron 121 estimate 55.
121-855, Ryanair 42 Yankee November.
Scandinavian 62 Tango, contact apron 121 estimate 55.
Nice, Bremen overload, cool. 27th April. Nice. Yeah, I think I may be able to. Or the 27th, no, 27th not. I'm not going to be away over the weekend. We decided to get out of the house. That's a nice neo there, lovely. Yeah, so we're out of the house for the weekend. Can you show your setup? Here's, I have it here on the pause screen. So the bottom right corner.
51 Tower, hello, I call you.
Well, that is my flight sim streaming setup.
Call you.
And so I have put the FCU box here, mounted it to the front table of the whole unit. So I've got my thrust levers.
Call you. Lufthansa 89 uniform, holding point
So the
25
Bravo
left,
throttle
Victor 1
quadrant
Mike
is here.
7.
Don't want to mess up all the settings here. And left side I've got the flight stick.
Lufthansa 5 X-ray taxi by Romeo Bravo at Charter Victor 1.
Romeo Bravo, Holster Victor 1, 5 X-ray.
Terrain ahead. I was a bit skeptical regarding having such a big screen in front of me, but right now, honestly, it doesn't even seem that big anymore. So if I had to go back to a 27-inch screen, I would probably quick flight simming, I think. So.
Lufthansa 172 Sierra Liner, runway 25 right.
That could be the case, or yeah, maybe some mini FCUs appearing. Nice, lovely aircraft. Look at that.
Here Austrian 200, Berlin Tower low on ILS, runway 25 right.
Austrian 200 Tower low, 1 departure head.
Beautiful, into the sunset. Nice rotation.
Berlin 6187 taxi holding point 25 left, Victor 2 Mike 7.
Beautiful. Come on, a little wing wave now. Seems to be very popular right now.
664 left, clear to land.
Wasn't there like a 747 from Air India that also did a wing wave on departure? And there's always people then saying that is actually really dangerous, which I think you should actually respect, because you have a very high angle of attack.
Join traffic circuit runway 25 right.
And these flight surfaces
join right traffic circuit runway 25 right
on these big aircraft, they cause a lot of drag, and so I don't know. I'm not a test pilot. I just wouldn't risk it. You got passengers on board. Hey DH, nice to see you.
Victor 664 taxi via my correction, taxi via Alpha, short of Victor 1.
Tower, hello, Lufthansa 624, S25 left.
Lufthansa 624 Tower, hello. Lufthansa 2 guys, thank you, 210 runway 25.
Thoughts on the WinWing FCU? Yeah, Victor Swamp. In general, I like it.
F1 27 Kilo, report next arriving Lufthansa, Airbus 320 Neo, short final runway 25 left inside.
Air France 27 Kilo, stand by. Do we have anyone on short final inside?
Confirm you will join the right traffic pattern.
I have no one in. I don't see anyone.
Gotcha.
Short final?
KLM 251 advice intersection Lima 6.
Now he's just appeared out of nowhere. Lol.
KLM 251 text flooding point 25.
I may have that just. No, that's not what this said. Hang on. Yeah, Air France 27 Kilo traffic is inside, just passing now.
Lufthansa 1953, contact with radar 120, that's the 630.
120, 630, thank you for
Austrian 200, wind 210 degrees 7 knots, runway 25 right, clear to land.
Alright, 25 right, clear to land, go Austrian 200.
Lufthansa 1720, orbit left, beam threshold, runway 25 left. Connection 25 right.
So the only issue that I've shown at the beginning is if you use frame generation, you may have you may run into this issue that I have, and that's flickering displays. And again, that is only when using frame generation. If you don't use frame generation,
F1 27 Kilo, report next arriving Lufthansa Airbus 320, short final 25 left side.
Air France 27 Kilo, I don't see them. Where are they?
Delta 1522, contact apron 11855. Austrian 200, taxiway Victor 3 short of Foxtrot.
I'm showing 30 aircraft.
Eine 3 at November Tower.
Let's go up to 40. Oh, there we go. Air France 27 kilo has traffic inside.
Austrian 27 kilo, bad mentioned traffic line up, runway 25 left behind.
Air France 27 kilo behind, landing short final, runway 25 left, line up and wait behind. There he is. So there's more, there's so many aircraft online that it is causing issues. Right, here we go, brakes off.
Net November traffic, VFR Cessna 172, orbiting north of the field, wind 21 0 degrees 7 knots, runway 25 right, clear to land.
Cabin crew prepare for departure. Line up checklist, takeoff runway is 25 left, Mach 7 confirmed, TCAS, TARA, and the PAX 1 or 2 remain on. That's the lineup checklist complete.
121 855 April, have a nice day.
As far as I can see, no one else there. Cool, we are ready, are we? We are ready.
Wings 2 Mike Alpha Tower, do text holding point 25 left by Bravo and Mike 8. Stutter 64, taxi by Romeo Alpha, short of Victor 1.
We are ready, let's go. Oh, that's bright, blimey.
Romeo Alpha, Victor 1, Lufthansa Super. Air France 27 kilo, wind 21 degrees 7 knots, runway 25 left, gate for immediate takeoff.
Immediate takeoff, Air France 27 kilo. Let's do this. Take off. Manflex 56 SRS, runway auto thrust blue. Thrust set. Lovely sounds. $100 knots.
Lufthansa 8, deiner Uniform.
V1, rotate. Pause right, gear up. Enough.
Super 5 to Bravo report, the arriving British Airways, Airbus 320 short final 25 left inside. By mentioned traffic, line up runway 25.
Thrust climb up blue, auto thrust.
Air France 27 kilo, contact
on.
radar 120, das ist 630.
630, tschüss, die Air France 27 kilo. Beim Radar an Abend, die Air France 27 kilo, passing 2000, climbing 5000.
27 kilo, radar gelandet, identified. Climb by set flight level 160.
I said climb level 160, Air France 27 kilo. 16,000. Beautiful lighting right now, really nice. Flaps 0, speed check, flap 0. Look at that. Wow, that's a lot of traffic. Incredible. Oh, 220 knots. Let's not speed up too much, so autopilot 1 is on. Up we go. Yeah, terrain ahead, although tonight, I mean, what time are we reaching
Austrian 27 Kilo, proceed direct Abguss.
Direct Abguss, Dankeschön, die Air France 27 Kilo. What a name, Abguss. Here we go. With the beam points, insert, let's set standard. Standard is cross-checked. Lovely. Oh, I love the atmosphere right now. It looks very nice. And actually, you know what? As we climb up, maybe we're going to have a sunrise again. Let's have a look. Climb faster. Nah, I think we'll be alright. Look at that. How cool is that? That, in real life, is always so amazing. So already had a sunset on that very day. Then you take off and climb. And actually can have the sun rising again in the west. How cool is that?
Air Force 27 Kilo, contact Bremen Radar 136, decimal 450, tschüss.
36450, vielen Dank, tschüss, die Air Force 27 Kilo. Oh. Bremen, guten Abend, die Air Force 27 Kilo, passing 105, climbing 160. Look at that. How incredible. Oh, that was 450, wasn't it? Not 405. I think I got the numbers are rounded. 450, not 405. Oh, look at that. I'm so fascinated. How cool is that? How cool is that?
Yeah,
that is so brilliant.
Austrian 447, reduce speed 270 knots.
I can show you that here on stream now as we climb up. The sun is rising.
Negative 270 knots.
Bremen Abend, die Air France 27 Kilo. We are passing 120, climbing 160.
Air France 27 Kilo, Bremen, hello, identified. The climb flight level 300.
Climb level 300, Air France 27 Kilo. So the inputs are nice. So very direct. Although again, I think the Mini FCU has a slightly better haptic feedback when you rotate the buttons. But of course, the advantage here of the WinWing FCU is just the size. So Flying Teenager, the Alpha Bravo Delta, that's a beam. So it's the original waypoint, and AB stands for a beam. So right now, I've selected a beam waypoints, meaning the original waypoint was Lulul, and so this waypoint that we just had here on the new routing, that is the beam position, and this is a beam Isika, and this is a beam Lokdo. AB stands for the beam. I am so fascinated. How cool is that? Look at that. The sun is rising. Cool.
1 Mike Tango, contact arrival 126, decimal 425.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Tango, arrival 126, 425, ciao.
That is brilliant. Yeah, terrain ahead. You can use that for fuel checks. A firm.
124, 175.
Yeah. Correct. Lovely weather tonight. Look at the clouds. That looks... I mean, as much as I dislike Microsoft Flight Sim in so many areas, visually, it amazes me.
210, speed 270.
It's hard to tell right now that that's not real.
Lufthansa 178 Bremen radar, hello, identified. Descent flight level 140,
Hey, Magenta Dagger.
2,500 feet per minute, radar.
Level 140, 2,500 feet per minute, greater.
The tactile feedback here is, it's obviously not as steady or sturdy as the real one. The real FCU, the buttons, so these are actually somewhat, I wouldn't say loose, although they have a slightly loose feeling to it. So that wouldn't be the case on the real aircraft.
On the 178 speed 250 knots.
Speed 250 or less, Lufthansa 178.
Welcome
and when you
aboard the
turn the
Captain
knobs,
Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
it, you know, you have a
Could new
tactile
subscribers
feedback
please
regarding
make
the
your way to
notches,
first-class cabin?
but
Flight radar, good evening, Eurowings 12 Juliet Sierra, flight level 370 inbound class.
everything just seems a little bit wobbly, a little bit more wobbly than, not terribly wobbly, but more wobbly,
Postman 8901 Papa
even confirmed to the mini FCU.
right heading 010.
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I've flown the real A320, but I think that seems seems like the real aircraft, yeah.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black
Krishu, first of all. Krishu, thanks for the 22.
Could new subscribers please make
Nice to see you,
your way
Krishu.
first
Hope you're doing well.
cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served.
And Florian, hello to you as well. 17 months.
Hey, glad
Hey.
to have coughed the stream.
Thank you
I
much.
think about buying the mini
Roger,
FCU.
initially flight level 230, Falcon
Yeah.
56.
So, the real big negative right now for me, let me just dial the sounds back. Just a tap. So the real negative for me is the flickering of the display, and this happens, what you're seeing now in the video, this happens for a lot of people, me included, when you use frame generation. So when you use DX12 frame generation. Yeah, they have acknowledged it, so they are aware of it. But yeah, they need to fix that because it is annoying. I will say that. If you don't use frame generation, you're all good. No need to worry. It's just those people that have, like me, frame generation on. And the tactile feedback again. The unit size and the general quality of the hardware is fine. WinWing does make some great hardware add-ons. The only thing I've noticed is the buttons are just a little bit wobbly, and the haptic feedback could be a little bit better. But apart from that, you know, it's just. So I'm really comparing it to the Skalaki, because the Skalaki being the most expensive unit that you can buy for flight simming. At least for the normal flight simmers, let's say, not the cockpit builder, but the Skalaki really is top notch in all regards. I mean, it's hard to differentiate between the real one and the Skalaki. But you've got to realize this costs how much? Less than 100 euros, right? So for that price, I think that's a good unit. Apparently, I'll have a look at the list. Somebody posted a list.
Confirm for Air Berlin 6187.
Let me just have a look. So they have a timeline.
187, climb flight level 240.
Air Berlin 6187, climb flight level 240.
Boston 891 Papa, contact wind, Bremen 124, decimal 175.
24175, Boston 891.
Decimal 5 to Bravo, contact München 133, decimal 565.
Right, let me see. Because there was a list. when they make it available for X-Plane as well. That's in May.
Section 26 Mike Bremen, hello, identified.
Oh, there we go. So
Section 26 Mike climb flight level.
the platform, so in right now, it's working with the FENIX. It works with the Airbus 320neo and the fly-by-wire add-on. And in May, they want to make it compatible with the Toulouse. So X-Plane 11, X-Plane 12, Toulouse, A320 Neo, A319, A321, A340, and the Flight Factor 320 Ultimate. Also in May, they want to make it compatible with the FlightSim Labs and the Aerosoft A318, 19, 2021. So they do want to make it more and more compatible. Yeah. So how does it improve their overall flight sim experience? I would say it's for immersion, especially when you fly online on VATSIM, let's say. So there, instead of having to, go with the mouse pointer, find the right click spot, you're quicker in manipulating these knobs on the hardware. Is it necessary? No, obviously not. But in terms of immersion, I would say it definitely helps. So, 34710, tschüss, die Air France 2 some kilo. So let's see. CPDLC Echo Delta Yankee Sierra. So let's have a look here. Connection, notification, Echo Delta Yankee Sierra. Maastricht. Maastricht, good evening. Air France 27 kilo, passing 292, climbing to flight level 300.
27 kilo, aligning T5, climb flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360, Air France 27 kilo. Alright, 360, out blue. Tavert Ajaccio. Nope. If anything, we go to Marseille. Now, how cool. If the clouds weren't there, we would have a nice view of the sun right now. It's incredible how bright it has become again up here. So how cool. As you climb up, the sun goes up again. So very cool. Right, log on is accepted. Current unit is Maastricht. Fantastic. Brilliant. Exactly. So the Skalaki home line is in the region of 800 euros. Oh, sorry, 800 British pounds. Plus tax, plus shipping, I guess. Der wird to Schiphol. No. Guys, in case you want to know where we are going in general, just to give you an overview, right? Berlin. Then we are south of Hanover, south of Paderborn, Nürnberg, so Cologne, between Cologne and Düsseldorf. Then we go towards Paris, oui, très joli, and then we go down south to Toulouse. Using Neofly at the moment, a great career mode add-on. Okay, interesting. I never heard about that one. CC. Isn't that wee? Flying Teenage, hello. The FCU is very interesting for those who want to create a cockpit at home. Yeah, I mean, so for me, what have I created at home? What do I think is really helpful? Obviously, a good joystick, right? I don't know if you want to have an Airbus side stick add-on like I have, but this now in the region of just 100 euros has become a very inexpensive way of getting a hardware FCU panel with the major things like autopilot, auto thrust, altitude, vertical speed, heading, speed, track FPA, approach button, localizer button. And of course, the Bravo throttle quadrant is something I also wouldn't want to miss. But apart from that, I don't know if you really need a overhead panel, you know, a physical overhead panel or a physical main panel or you know, a pedestal. I don't know. Yes, sure. I mean, if you want to go all out, right? Then I mean, but then you're talking about costs anywhere between 15 to 25,000 euros. Look at the sun there. How cool. No, so I in the past I have been sponsored with these hardware units. So for example, the Skalaki, I got a discount. The Skalaki MCDU I got gifted, and that Boeing MCDU I got a discounted price. The things like the Thrustmaster yoke I got sponsored. The TCAs I got sponsored, but I stopped doing that because I realized that it does impair your honest opinion. So even though they don't specifically ask you to talk nicely about their products, it's obvious that you're going to have a hard time, you know, 100% truly give a review on the product quality. So there are going to be some things that you will try to avoid.
With 561,
and I was surprised that
561, hello,
no one else right now, so no other content creator, has actually shown this issue, which a lot of people are having. So the only thing,
okay, yeah, we just
or the only two options are A, they don't use frame generation, so they don't come across that issue, or B, they come across the issue but don't mention it.
135.65, thank you.
Yeah, Birdman.
Cargo 8175, correct Rhine 133860.
It depends. If those screens simply copy the screens here, if it's a one-to-one monitor copy, then the frequency or the any kind of, you know, frame manipulation will have an effect on the hardware, since it's a copy of the monitor, really, of that part of the monitor. And that's the only explanation that I have, that that frame generation would have an influence. Trainer, do you still use... Well, the Skalaki... So here's the thing. If there's anything really, really negative to say about the Mini FCU, it's the size. And the Mini FCU, for me, has a hit and miss on the drivers. Sometimes the drivers connect, sometimes they don't. And I have the same issue with the Skalaki. Skalaki, I sometimes get connected fine, and sometimes it doesn't work. Or not all of it works. So it's just a little bit hit and miss with these units. I have a feeling with the SimApp Pro from WinWing, the connection here has been flawless. The only thing you have to look at is that you need to start the SimApp Pro before you start Marcus Flight Sim. That's the only thing you have to consider. But apart from that, the connection itself has always been no problem. SimCaesar says, can you set the refresh rate in the Windows display control panel? You mean in the FCU? No, unfortunately not. No, there's no way to change anything there. No. Yeah, the Mini FCU with shipping costs and so on, That is true. That is, let's go vertical speed here. Plus 1000. Actually, let's put plus 800 in here. Yeah, but Pale, I think the Stream Deck doesn't do a one-to-one copy of the monitor. So it uses a different display method. Oh, that's a good question, SimCaesar. Let me just have a look. Hold on. That's a very good question. I've not even considered that. Hang on. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. SimCaesar, no. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, it does not show up, no. What do you mean? Are those flickers visible IRL to the floors? What do you mean? IRL. Good, we got Al Cruz. We are estimating landing in about an hour 40. 3.8 remaining. And we are expecting, according to the flight plan, min diversion 2.7 plus 800 extra plus the contingency, so that adds up nicely. So fuel check seems good. Yes, MCs are definitely. That was definitely worth a look, yeah. Because then you could change the frequency. You're right, yeah. Yeah, so the whole thing, again, right now it's flickering. I mean, some of you may see that here on stream as well. But earlier today I recorded the flickering, and I just simply switched off frame generation and the flickering stops. The same thing if you put the mouse pointer to a different a different monitor window. So if you don't focus on the Microsoft window, the flickering stops as well. So right now, I don't know if you've seen that flickering. I'm going to go and focus on a different monitor window. And now the flickering stops. Pale Ale, I thought so too, but no. It has a power input and a USB input. As far as I understand, the power input is only for the add-ons, the other add-ons, like the EFIS panel, if it comes out, because the EFIS panel will need a power connection. So I think they're going to hook it up with the main power here. So as far as I can tell, that is not the problem. That is true, SimCaesar. Yeah. So another proof, because frame generation stops working. That's correct when Microsoft isn't in focus. Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's true. Let me just check. So let me just try that. So I'm not in focus now. It does update. It does update. It just doesn't flicker, that's all. Hey, bytes are good. Where's my... Oh. Another thing I tried out 2 days ago, I also ordered and received the F16 ICP panel, which I can mount quickly as well here to the desk. And so I'm using it. Contact Langen, Wilco, send 3565. And that works perfectly. I have absolutely no issues, no flickering there whatsoever. But then again, it's not frame generated. Langen Abend, die Air France 27 Kilo, flight level 360.
That's Condor 115, climb flight level 25. Locked, Condor 115, climb flight level 250.
Condor 115, flight level 250.
Air France 27 Lima Kilo, Langen radar identified. Hello.
Hello. So let me just have a look here. Oh, that doesn't work. I need to go.
And F4 Tango Tango, contact Maastricht radar 134, decimal 710.
This way. This way.
Frequency 134710.
Sorry, 710 for Tango Tango, ciao.
Toto, Gemlings 27 Lima Bravo, same for you, 134710.
Echo Delta Golf Papa. So Echo Delta Golf Papa. Let's try and log in. Notifying. If you're wondering about the little bit of a glare here, that has to do with my NVIDIA gain filter. And that is the dynamic vibrance. You see how that changes the vibrance? If I dial that down, then the displays also lose a bit of that glare. So that has nothing to do with the FENIX or anything. That's NVIDIA. Right, we're pretty much near Frankfurt right now. There's Frankfurt.
Holding Psycho Golf, climb flight level 210.
Climb flight level 210, hearing Psycho Golf.
Again in EW 258 on frequency.
Here we are.
Flight Express 7 Lima Kilo, proceed direct Atmos, Alpha, Delta, Mike, Oscar, Sierra. Flight Express 7 Lima Kilo, radar.
Sorry, go ahead,
Flight Express 7 Lima Kilo, proceed direct to Atmos, Alpha, Delta, Mike, Oscar, Sierra.
Langen, very good evening, rowing Foreigner 2 passing 10,000 feet.
Rowing Southerner 2, Lang radar identified.
Log on, accepted.
Stanza 14, contact Maastricht 134, decimal 710.
Nice.
Again.
Stanza 14, contact Maastricht 134, decimal 710.
134, 710 for Maastricht, Stanza 14, thanks for service.
Under radar, good day, the 5940 with you, climb 330 on CPTLC.
Easy 59 Papa.
Yeah, one thing I also have as a hardware unit, but I've never actually connected it because... So I have the audio control panel. Or the radio management, sorry, that's the radio management panel. I have that as well from Scalaki. But I never managed to build it into anything, so just wondering if it would fit into... I need to try that.
125 decimal 134 Condor 115.
Would you have the flickering if you used spat.next? I think so, yes, Iceberg. I think it has literally only to do with the frame generation.
Condor 115, confirm frequency 134 decimal 710.
134 decimal 710 Condor 115.
The other setting calling second.
Rowing Foreigner 2 play level 140.
Calling Foreigner 2, Lang radar identified.
Hey Beethoven, how are you doing? Is everyone excited for the weekend? It's Thursday today, isn't it? So it's weekend soon.
Flight Express 7 Lima Kilo, descent flight level 240.
wings 492, climb flight level
Welcome
210.
aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Good evening.
Der Drehflügler, guten Abend, good evening. How are you doing? Nice to see you. And just out of curiosity, guys, just out of curiosity, you know, there's some aircraft add-ons coming out, like some weird stuff. The Dornier that just came out, or the from Dune. That I don't know what it was called, that aircraft, but how many people are actually seriously considering buying these add-ons? Or for example, I don't know, the Tornado, or is that, are these aircraft something for you guys, or nope? Because okay, the Dune one doesn't count because that was for free. Okay, but I mean, like, yeah, of course. I mean, the PNG 777. Yeah, that's a different you know, matter. All right. Yeah. So I guess some people may consider getting, you know, the BAE, so the Jumbolino, or I guess a lot of people got the ATR because it was fairly inexpensive, and you know, it does have some great features. And Mitchell says he's straight airliner only. Yeah, so I'm seriously wondering how big, you know, such a market is for the general flight sim arena. You know, and even if we talk about, let's say, 30, 40 euros, it's still you know, money. And then comes the next topic. I don't buy everything, right? And I don't, you know, even as a content creator, I don't want to try out everything, because it's just, you know, a lot of time it takes to try out and learn the procedures and so on. So I make sure that if I get anything, you know, it's worth my time. And so, yeah, when I see some add-ons that are lower quality, I'll watch some streams and some, you know, review videos. But very often I just say no. I'm not going to bother with it. Yeah. Yeah, the flickering again is frame generation. Not everyone is using frame generation, so it's only for those people that use frame generation that have the issue with the flickering. Yeah. Hey, Insane Base, you love the Dune and you love the Ornithopters. Okay, cool. Yeah. And the Tornado is very, very good. That's something, you know, Lilo, regarding Tornado, the same with the Starfighter, I have a deep connection to that, right? Because my father flew both of those variants in real life. And so I do have a certain connection to it. And so for these aircraft add-ons, I think, yeah, I got the Starfighter, and I'm thinking about getting Tornado. Now, here's the thing, and that immediately gets me triggered. So even watching people fly and stream the Tornado or make videos about it, I can immediately see it has the same stupid jerkiness like literally all standard aircraft have on Microsoft Flight Sim. Hey, Ian, nice to see you. 65 months, long time. Thank you so much, Ian. Good evening. I hope you're doing well, Ian. And I find that so annoying because it literally just makes it so absurd, right? To have, you know, these add-ons, these add-on makers investing so much time and effort, and it's ruined. So the hand flying is then ruined by the stupid Microsoft Flight Sim model. Yeah, Insane Base, yeah, that's true. Also not enough time to fly everything. That's another topic. A lot of fighters are, you know, going to be available, either are already available in DCS or will become available in DCS.
got one.
That's Cologne, by the way, then, yeah.
Eine 5 Tango Foxtrot, contact Maastricht 134, decimal 710.
Yeah. Lido, I have no doubts. Again, I have no doubts that the systems are simulated well, the sounds are well, but, you know, these fighter jets are made for hand flying. And then, you know, you have that feeling you're flying a Cessna, right? And Tornado is a very highly sophisticated fly-by-wire aircraft. And so, again, you know, however, who knows? Microsoft 2024, we all put our hope into Microsoft 2024 that it's going to get better than regarding the flight physics and so on. Who knows? Yeah, okay, Insane Base, exactly that. I was coming to that as well. So I already have so many different add-ons here in Microsoft Flight Sim. Let's go through a couple, right? So the fly-by-wire mod, I have the FENIX, I have the Innobuilt 300 and 310, I have the PMG 737, I have the Horizon Mod 787, I have lots of GA aircraft, the Diamond 62, I have the Cessna 414, I have the Twatter, I have, you know, list goes on and on. And so, how often do I have time to fly and stream all these different aircraft add-ons? Right, I don't. So if I have, you know, the option to stream 2 or 3 times a week, quite often there will be updates here in the FENIX, or there will be, I don't know, something else that I want to showcase. For example, like today, right, the FCU, which is, you know, which people want to see, is it working in the FENIX? So I fly the FENIX, right? Yeah. But again, the 777, for me, definitely. For me personally, that's a must buy. Even if I complain about the physics. Yeah, so Sterling, so you have issues then, you know, trimming the, yeah, these jets, these fighter jets. Yeah. Now say it without laughing. Hey Lee, gute wie? Wie geht's dir? What have you been up to? Lee, I haven't forgotten you. Lee, the moment that X-Plane 12.1 hits, Dr. Rapport, Wilco, send, rapport. That's near Paris. Let's select the beam points and execute. Rapport checked. Is he? Yeah, he's sent a message twice, hasn't he? Yeah, he has. No, I don't use Active Sky. The reason being is that I don't own it yet. So Maloney, I need to try it first.
Papa Hotel Romeo, Papa Hotel Mike Romeo, Whiskey, proceed direct to Umelo.
Yeah, exactly, Lee. So 12.1, yeah, and then we get hooked up for a shared flight
Direct,
in the Toulouse.
Melo and Papa Romeo Whiskey.
Sterling, good point. Good point. You have to be careful that you don't run after each and every one of these add-ons. I mean, the hobby is expensive as it is, mainly because of the sceneries that we buy. But then if you run out and try to get every aircraft add-on, and then you feel 60% confident with each of these add-ons, you don't spend enough time. So as an example, if I go and fly the ATR now, man, it's going to take me a couple minutes to get my head around how to use the ATR again, right? And how to use the FMS there, etc. So, yeah, nice A321 rotation. Yeah, you can choose the destinations. Yeah. Wow. And this, look, the Earth's shadow. That is the shadow of the Earth in the atmosphere. Also in real life, that's just really nice. Lovely to see. No further. ATC available. Monitor Unicom. Wilco.
Jersey 21 approved report.
22.8. And there we go. And I'm not sure if they can't disconnect at the moment, so let me disconnect myself. Oops. Disconnect. And there we go. Let's do a fuel check. So Nerveny, we just passed Nerveny. So by selecting the beam points, you do get the option to check the time and the fuel. So if I go ahead and call up my Sim Toolkit Pro, let's do the flight plan. So log off, fantastic. And we got airborne at, what time was that? 34? No, 26 past. 26. Yeah, 26. So we got airborne at 1826. So Nervenich, we should have been there 42 minutes after departure. So 1908, we should have been here. And we were there at, let's have a look here at the MCDU. We were here at, 1908, right on time. GG. How cool is that? 1908, and we're supposed to have fuel 5.5 plus the extra, so 6.3. And we had 6.5. So good on fuel, good on time. So I'm going to add, just enter 6.5 there. Excellent. That's a good fuel check. Yeah, so Toulouse is online tonight, and they are online until I think 2030 Zulu, I think. So, yeah, hopefully, hopefully they'll let us in. 2030. Yeah, now that's much better, Alex. Yeah, so with the latest update, so the fuel flow now is correct. 1200 kilograms per hour. We're still pretty heavy, so 1240, 1220. That looks correct. Very nice. Yeah, you can also see, so one thing I like about FENIX and the development team there, they're so motivated and they're so passionate about their add-on. And even though many people complain that it takes them so long to update something, but you know, they update and they try their best. And yeah, those things make sense. They do improve, you know, and there's of course there's limitations, as I mentioned many times. Limitations are on the side from Asobo and Microsoft 2020, so they're not on the side of the FENIX devs. Exactly. So yeah, so the update with the engines, yeah, so a lot of things being free. And I think, you know, if you then get offered some other variants like the 319 or 321, I would definitely say that's, you know, worth the extra update price or add-on price, just because of the fact that, you know, a lot of work goes into it and they need to make money, right? If they don't make money, they will go bust, and that's the end of it. There won't be any more updates, and, you know, there will be no more further developments. So for me personally, I'm happy to financially support them because the quality is just matching up. Yeah, I was always very impressed as well with the developers from from FS Labs, and having to got to know many of them personally. Yes, there was that very unnecessary and terrible occurrence with the added EXE file that exposed IP addresses. But I mean, that was just a decision of one person and not the whole team. And so they are also very dedicated, and the add-ons they make are excellent. Sterling, you bought the Phoenix on a sale. Ah, GG's. Good going. Yeah, GG's. I like the livery. Very nice indeed. Nice and elegant. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? So normally, if you look at some other aircraft manufacturer, developers like PMDG or Aerosoft or whatever, they bring out some updates from time to time, and then they stir up the hype until the final release. Yeah, FS Labs have been extremely quiet when it comes to Microsoft 2020. So, and I know that people still expect a release. I have no idea whatsoever. I'm not connected with FS Labs anymore, so I have zero insights. But if I were to speculate, I would expect them not to come out onto Microsoft 2020. I think it will be 2024, simply because the issues here in Microsoft 2020. There's just too many things in here that require an enormous amount of programming to artificially implement stuff. So I honestly, personally, I would think it makes more sense for them to wait until 2024 is released. Octas yesterday, or was it 2 days ago, when they did the last live stream Q&A, didn't they? Some people were upset about some of the add-ons not being compatible with 2024. I didn't watch it, so I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe somebody watched the live stream and can comment on that. Yesterday it was, okay. Lee, did you see my photos of the new Lufthansa? No, where did you put that? On the Discord server? Alpha, and that is no surprise to me. Okay, thank you, Lee. I'll have a look. Thank you. So again, as I expected, and the thing is this, guys, when you come out as a company like FS Labs, people have expectations regarding quality, and if you can't match the quality that you have, done in P3D because of the restrictions that you have here in Microsoft 2020, then I think it's a bit risky to bring out a product just for the sake of making cash and then upsetting many, many people because, the quality just isn't there. So if indeed, yeah, like Active Sky, yeah, there's so many examples. So if oh, the Neo pictures, oh, nice. That's Condor Neo, nice. Wow, yeah. But that, I tell you what, so Lee, that red is a bit, that is aggressive, isn't it? And the special sticker, let me see. I can't find the sticker. Oh, the Yes to Europe. Hang on, Yes to Europe. Is that the one with the yellow stars around it? Yes to Europe. Yeah, nice, beautiful, beautiful pictures, Lee. Lovely. Explain 12 on my well. For in what regards? Visually, Microsoft. Aerodynamically, explain. Quick answer. That's true, yeah. It's, you know, from a marketing standpoint, that livery, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, no doubt. Yeah, Alex, I have no idea. I don't know how many people still work in FS Labs. I have, like I said, I have no information on that whatsoever. But what I would expect, Alex, is if they bring out their product onto the Microsoft platform, they want it on the same level, if not better, compared to P3D. Because otherwise, people will complain. People will, you know, they will raise a big shitstorm. And so they have a lot to lose. And that means if Microsoft 2024 has, you know, makes it easier and better for them to integrate the product, sure, they will wait until 2024 is out. If there's incompatibility, people will have invested sometimes. Yeah, I know. Here, Beethoven, another question that remains to be seen regarding, you know, the answers is, what about scenery updates and so on? I have a hard time believing that add-ons, and be it scenery add-ons, will be, you know, one-to-one compatible with Microsoft 2024. I would imagine it will take some work for them to make it compatible, and there will be companies forced, let's say they are forced to charge for the upgrade to Microsoft 2024. And in many instances, you can't really blame these add-on makers because, again, they need to make revenue to survive. They are companies. They need to make revenue, otherwise they have to close down. So, you know, they are forced by demand to go onto the Microsoft 2024 platform, and then they have two options: upgrade without any fees and bear the cost, or charge an upgrade fee, which will, again, you know, not go down well with the flight sim community. OIST, yeah, it's a beautiful view, isn't it? OIST, I'm not a programmer. I don't know how complicated it is for add-on makers to do an external flight model for a big jet compared to, you know, the Comanche. The Comanche, indeed, Comanche feels different, much different to the standard GA aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim. They've done a good job there, no doubt. And I just don't know what it takes to develop an external model for a 737, let's say, or a, you know, an A320. Does Microsoft Flight Sim allow to build a only touchscreen cockpit for an A320? Well, I mean, as an example, the FENIX has a touch screen. So for the iPad, let's say, you can have a mirror of the EFB and also a mirror of the MCDU. So you can control the MCDU through a tablet. However, there's nothing there yet regarding the autopilot panel, at least not that I know of. And there's no mirroring of the screens, unless maybe someone else knows, but I've not really come across that. Yeah, another risk that you take by making an external flight model is that whenever Microsoft or Asobo changes something internally, it literally breaks the add-on. It could mean the add-on becomes unflyable until you then retune it. So there's always this risk if you use an external flight model. Flurkle, you know Toto Ritko, right? Developer from the Hot Start add-ons in X-Plane, TBM and the Challenger 650. He will tell you it's not that complicated. I'm not a programmer. I can't say whatsoever. I can only quote what other programmers, and we know the high quality of the Hot Start add-ons. And so, you know, if he says it's not that complicated, because actually Flurkle, I remember a conversation with him where I claimed that fluid dynamics and so on, you know, programming that would be really, really complicated. He disagreed with me and said, well, yes, it's complicated, but it's not impossible. Yeah, Flurkle, I mean, if you're interested in those discussions, wait until we do another, you know, once X-Plane 12.1 is out, I do plan to do another shared flight with Toto Ritko in the Challenger. And then you could have lots of deep conversations with him about this topic. Copper, the CFD system should technically just take your model and calculate basically. You then have to, well, I mean, so Copper, all I can say from a naive kind of, you know, user viewpoint, if it's not that complicated, why don't we see it more often then in these add-ons? Yeah, the A320, that I have high hopes for that whenever that is released. And so Lilo says the Embraer has also, so the FSF Embraer has also an external flight model. It flies well. Okay, interesting. I've never tried that. Amjad, you want to build an electronic touchscreen only? It's too expensive to buy it the part. So let's see if again, so Amjad, here in Microsoft, I honestly think it's pretty much impossible because of the restricted connections you can have here in the flight sim. So I don't know how you would be able to accomplish that here in Microsoft. X-Plane, probably a completely different matter. I think X-Plane would be an easier way compared to Microsoft. Hey, Avenger. Copper says, we rarely see CFD in use because most devs are more familiar with the classic table-style flight model definitions. Okay. Hey, Hawk sighting. You got your mini FCU. I'm sure you've asked numerous times, but curiously, no. So Hawks, the only advantages I would say you have regarding the WinWing FCU compared to the mini FCU is the size. So this is larger compared to the mini FCU, and the price. So the price is a little bit lower here on the WinWing FCU. The knobs here on the WinWing are a little bit, a little bit twitchy. I mean, they're not as sturdy as I would have expected. They're all right, but all in all, let me just get the mini FCU really quickly. Hold on.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel experience.
Hawks,
Could new
thank you very
subscribers
much.
please make their way
Almost
to the
missed
first
that.
class
Hawks, thank you so
cabin,
much for the 2
where
months.
complimentary drinks,
Welcome back.
snacks, and premium flight infotainment will be served.
So this is
Thank you.
the mini FCU. If I put that right on top of the WinWing, you can see immediately the size difference. Hey, Iowa Scotsman, nice to see you too. Big shout out. Thanks so much, Hawks, for the kind words. And again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you very, very much. So if I look at the buttons here compared to here, the mini FCU is higher quality. So it's much stiffer, and the tactile feedback when you turn the knobs is better compared to the WinWing. The WinWing has a wobbly feel to it. The buttons, I would say, are all right. The buttons are fine. It's just the knobs that are a little bit wobbly there. The WinWing has a customizable expedite button. Alex, I think the mini FCU has an expedite button as well. Okay. Yeah. And one thing, again, big word of caution right now. If you have frame generation on in Microsoft Flight Sim, you could run into this issue, a flickering of the display. And that's annoying. I'm not going to lie. That is really annoying. Again, only if you use frame generation. If not, don't worry about it. Yeah, Hawks. So you have. I've heard many people that use frame generation have exactly this issue. The developers of the FCU at WinWing, they are aware of it, and they try to quickly get a fix for that. Hey, A320 Captain. The sterile command means that usually I would have my that would be the flight stick view. So I would have the side stick in view. Today I have the FCU panel here in view, and so then sterile means that I'm in the approach, and that would mean that I won't be reading chat, and I won't be answering questions during that phase. You know, like the cockpit sterile rule below 10,000 feet. Really, you can't buy the mini FCU at the moment? Really? Interesting. I honestly, I'm not sure. Now, I'm sure they had their reasons. I don't understand why they didn't make the unit a little bit bigger. I mean, it doesn't need to be completely real size, but just a little bit, maybe 15-20% bigger. Because with that quality, I would say it would have been worth the price. Because I think the reason why it costs a bit more is because the overall quality of the box, of the buttons and so on, the knobs, is better compared to the WinWing one. So WinWing, I have lots of products from them, and they are all good. But here you can see that for the price of, what is it, 95 euros, they had to cut down on the quality of these knobs and so on. So the price difference is definitely visible in the knobs. Hawks, pleasure. How do I like the FENIX? The FENIX is a very, very nice add-on. If you look at what kind of, you know, accurate simulated, at least from system-wise, I mean the flight model is something else, but you know, system-wise, with all the different integrations, EFB, CPDLC, the sounds, visuals, textures, it's a fantastic add-on. Right, we've got Paris below us there. Look at that. And here is my least favorite airport, Charles de Gaulle. Who makes the Mini Iowa? It's a Chinese company. It's a Chinese company. Skalaki, again, Skalaki is extremely good quality-wise, but I mean, we're talking about 800 British pounds. 800 British pounds. The price is justified because of the quality they deliver, but it's not for everyone. And there are limitations regarding the drivers. And that's the only thing negative, or the real big negative thing I can say about the Mini FCU, that the driver connection is not 100%. So sometimes it will just not connect properly, and then you have to restart the sim, etc. Oh. So Alex, you would say the same. WinWing is just a little bit cheaper regarding building quality, yeah. Now, if it weren't for the flickering right now, so if the displays weren't flickering here, I would say it's a good hardware add-on because of the fairly good kind of plug and play quality. There is very little installation process required, so no big workarounds, and connection is up to now flawless. No, so this works at the moment. This works with the FENIX, with the normal Neo, and with the fly-by-wire mod. Right now, at the moment, yes. However, in May they said, okay, so okay, let's say fly-by-wire only with stable. Okay, that's true. They are planning to release a driver, make it compatible with X-Plane 11, X-Plane 12 in May. So then it will work with Toulouse lineup, even the 340 from Toulouse. And then also in May, they want to make it compatible with the FS Labs and the Aerosoft Airbus. Are you getting any wheel steering? Well, Jiffy, I don't know how often you watch my streams, but I've seen you here before. So you know that I have a flight stick with an A320. So I have the Warthog base, Thrustmaster Warthog base with the FS Project A320 stick add-on. And I have the Bravo throttle quadrant with the A320 hardware connection, so flap lever, thrust levers, etc. So with the notches as well. So the lineup that I have is actually pretty good, I would say. Lovely, right over Paris. When you fly over Paris, IRL, If you ever get a chance to see it at night time, it's fascinating. It's a huge city. Same for London, but yeah, Paris, wow. Incredible. Hey, Bob in the house. Bob, how are you? Nice to see you. The airport is massive, but the whole city is absolutely massive. The throttle tech, I don't know. I bought it from Etsy. Is it throttle tech? I think that's maybe what I have. Thorax, no. So the WinWing will work with their own app. So they have an app called Sim App Pro, and that app connects all the hardware from WinWing. And the advantage there is that, for example, if I'm using the F-16 add-ons, there are profiles you can download and install instantly and run it. And then you have, you don't have to program tediously everything in manually. Those profiles just make life so much easier. So they have their own app. You don't need FSU or PC, and you don't need SPAD Next. Oh, the throttle tech. No, so yeah, okay, yeah, I know now what you mean. Throttle tech. Nah, it's. If I showed you all of my hardware peripherals I have left and right in the shelves here, you would seriously question my sanity. So I have so many hardware add-ons. The only excuse I have is I'm a content creator for flight sim stuff. So. Hey, no worries, Bob. I hope you have a great time. Yeah, the cross the pond was fantastic. I really enjoyed. Hey, Chris, I'm doing well. Yeah, renovation work going well. Chris, how are you doing? How did you cope with the cross the pond? I was so tired, Chris. I was so yeah, exhausted. Time for a video showing it all. I guess I have to do it at some point. Yeah. One thing really though, I mean, the whole setup from Monster Tech that I have was extremely expensive. However, I'm gonna have to make a video on how quickly I can change peripherals and how well and ergonomically it all works. Yeah, so maybe I'll have to make a video about that at some time. I always go tired for 2 days. Yeah, I would. The next day I was so shot. I mean, man. Jiffy bought the TM Boeing yoke. Yeah, I have that too. Yeah, honeycomb throttle. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I like the yoke as well. I stream it regularly here. Yeah. Yeah, regarding my wife, I mean, she comments sometimes, when I get a new edition, and she'll go, "What? Another thing here? You got so much stuff?" And yeah, it's it's for the business, right? It's all business related. Carbonos, I am. It's a long haul flights, especially when I'm losing 2 nights in a row. I am exhausted. It takes me almost 2 days to fully recover again. Yeah, nice, Chris. So yeah, when you wrote me that you enjoyed it so much, I was very happy for you. But I thought, yeah, it must have really exhausted you, because I was so exhausted after that. It's quite a big deal, that cross the pond. Especially at the end, when you start and arrive, at the destination, things just heat up so quickly and you have to concentrate so hard. You just have to really pull yourself together and just get, pull out all the reserves that you have regarding concentration. Because you don't want to mess up right at the end.
Continue à monter au 330 et on fait direct au sèche français 73 navigants.
Bordeaux control, how about that?
Correction, Bordeaux control, bonsoir, c'est 1000.
Yeah. Bordeaux, bonsoir, from Air France 27 Kilo, flight level 360.
7 kilo, Bordeaux control, bonsoir, identified, I need you on a load, flight level flying south 1, flight level 350 and 370 are available.
We'd appreciate 370, please, Air France 27 Kilo.
Air France 27 kilo, say again?
Yeah, we appreciate level 370.
Air France 7 kilo, Roger, climb now, flight level 370.
Climb now, flight level 370, Air France 27 Kilo. Letter speed, out blue 370.
And Bordeaux control for top 3.
Oh yeah, always, exactly. And then we've landed, yeah, you need to copy and concentrate about the taxi instructions.
Currently passing 190.
I thought I called you for that, so decent flight level 150.
Level...
Is it Christmas? No. France control. Mark was a legend for helping me. Yeah, Mark is a legend. Yeah, Chris, and then the last, for me, the last 30 minutes with the long radar vectors that I got, that was, for me, extremely exhausting. And then the go around, which, you can't blame anyone for it, it just happened. Because the 787 is a fast aircraft. And somebody pointed out something which I think makes sense. Because I was flying on P3D with Active Sky. And so Active Sky changes the wind towards the ground gradually, while Microsoft does a harder changeover at a lower altitude. And so that's why sometimes ATC has problems with the aircraft separation on final because of that. And then on top of that, 787 being so fast, yeah, it just ended up, I ended up being too close to the aircraft that landed ahead of me. And so the controller had to call me to go around. Gago Lilarm, I don't know how to pronounce that. So it's Gago. Let me just go. Hello. I don't have time now to see you live. Unfortunately, I just wanted to say hello and say your channel is one of the best aviation. I've learned so much about the Airbus things. Oh, that's really kind. Gago, thank you much for coming in here and yeah, giving me that wonderful feedback. That's much appreciated. Thank you so much for that. That's really kind. So interestingly enough,
129.305
oops, let me just do that manually then. Normally, it's interesting, that's a bug, right? Because normally when you dial in the new altitude and it's higher, it should put that into the cruise page automatically. It didn't do that. Gago, okay, Gago, fantastic. Thanks so much. 370, really, Chris, 20,000 feet. The last 20,000 feet in descent was a bit of a blur. Remember the approach controller thanking me and pulling off a last minute change. He said it really helped. Oh yeah, you did a swing or a runway change, right? GG's. Well done. Yeah. Cool. Here's the descend arrow. So let me go and fetch the current ATIS from Bordeaux. Not Bordeaux. That's the thing. It happened to me in real life as well. So Lima Fox Bravo Oscar. I'm always inclined to say Bordeaux, but it's Toulouse. Bordeaux, I think it's Bravo Delta. Bonjour, Toulouse, Delta. ILS 3 to left, yeah. And transit time is 70, 220 at 5. So it could be a bit tailwind component, but not much though. Light rain now. Okay, light rain, so runway will be wet. And QNH 1008.
Good afternoon.
So right now I'm using the WinWing FCU. I have the mini FCU here as a comparison regarding size comparison. Can't really see that, can you? So I showed that. So there's definitely a size difference between the mini FCU and the WinWing FCU. However, the quality of the knobs and buttons and the whole casing of the mini FCU is better compared to the WinWing one. So we're going to put braking action 5, good for wet runway. Let's apply the METAR. We'll talk about the rest in a minute. Let me just go and show you guys the setup of Toulouse Airport. Because it's interesting. Because oh, there we go. So let's do ground shots first of all. Airport info, there we go. So here's the layout from Toulouse. That's the Airbus factory there, and here as well. They used to build the A380s up here. So here you've got lots of A350s, 320s and so on, A330s, Neos lined up here on this side, and the Belugas. Yeah, so Chris, we talked about this earlier. I can show you again here. If you use frame generation, Chris, and anyone that's just popped in, frame generation can cause the display to flicker like this. The developers are aware of it. They're going to try to fix that issue with the frame generation. If you turn off frame generation or you don't use frame generation, there is no flickering. It's weird. It's one of those weird things. A380 Captain, yes, so Bordeaux is Lima Fox Bravo Delta. Thank you. Yeah. Cool. So 3-2 left. And we are parking on this side, meaning there's only one way to cross, and that's Mike 8. All right, so we're going to land, exit Mike 8. And let me have a look if I have some landing data information on that. No, I don't, unfortunately. But I would estimate, since the whole runway is 3.5 kilometers, that's at least 2,500 meters. So auto brake low, and normally I would be inclined to do config 3. However, the FENIX config 3 is absolutely no-go at the moment. I'm sorry to say. The flare mode is just so terrible here at the moment. So config full. So we'll use config full, auto brake low.
Easy 569 Papa, correction, easy 969 Papa, and 480.
Toulouse or Bordeaux, doesn't matter. The red wine, yeah, is nice. The red wine is nice there, yeah, I agree. Good, performance.
Unicom, merci beaucoup, au revoir, Air France 5600.
Descent is fine, and we'll use one. Wasn't that 007?
Oui, du sèche 7 novembre pour l'arrivée et on vous rappelle dès qu'on est prêt pour la descente. 73 de vie.
2215, 980 Unicom 1328, one.
Over to Unicom, merci, au revoir.
That is so weird.
Control, good evening.
How can that be so different? Yeah, that's 1630. Oh, hang on. Oh, because that's the ATIS. I keep forgetting. So you have to go to METAR and update that as well. And then you have the right weather.
There
we go. Now we have 1008 and 11.
November 7, Whiskey Tango, the 480 Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
228, and with you, Tango. Thank you. See ya.
Interesting, right?
Photo control, good evening. Ryanair
And
44
to 10 at 7.
Inbound Toulouse.
Ryanair 44 Romeo Juliet, border control, bonjour. Identified.
Yeah, so we'll have about, I would say, 4 to 5 knots tailwind component. Yeah, maybe 4. So it's at least a little bit tailwind component there. And the landing weight is... So we've got 62.3 right now and 4.6 tons. So we're going to burn another 800 kilograms. So around about 61.5. So let me do 61.7 just to make sure. Just in case we get a direct orbit low, flap full, or the thrust off, either reverse. So there we go. That takes us about 2,000 meters, 2,300 meters. Oh, there we go. 2 knots tailwind component. So that's all fine. That adds up. And for the minimum of the approach, I am actually inclined to try out FLS. So that's the FMS landing system. However, yeah, I have to activate that. So let's activate the FLS system. So what I would like to do is fly the RMP approach, 3 to left. Starling a GA tour in France. Yeah, would be very scenic, no doubt. That would be extremely scenic. Turk in the US, I think they commented a little bit about, or somebody said in X-Plane 12.1, so the new update that comes out soon, they are going to be they enable add-on makers to improve the textures. So apparently, yeah, then we could get a little bit of an upgrade there. So let's do initial RMP, initial 3 to left. So this is from LAVCU. We got the RNF arrival there. And then we want to do and shoot the RNP final approach 3 to left. So this one here. We're going to have to use the LNAV VNAV minimum. We can't do LPV. However, with the FLS, we can use the approach button. Although, I mean, we have final approach, don't we? Okay, so in this case, it doesn't really make much sense, if I'm honest. But yeah, let's lose final approach button here with the RNAV. So RNAV, NARC 7 India, and via LAVCU. So let's have a look at the plan mode here. Oops. So that looks fine, doesn't it? Just checking that we have no discontinuities in here. So LAVCU 604, 603. India Oscar 3 to left, and then we go into the final approach here, and that's the final fix, and we have a distance of about 8 miles and a 3-degree profile. So 8 miles, 3-degree down, so that's correctly programmed out of 3,000, all correctly programmed. Elevation about 500 feet. And 840 is the minimum. Baro, obviously. Config full. And 070 is the transition level. Auto brake low is set. And so that looks good now. That's the preparations. How can I manage runway vacated? You mean how can you manage the distance to runway? Well, it's a bit about pre-planning. The thing is that with these calculations here, it's always a little bit, you know, inaccurate in the sense that these have additionals, especially when the runway is wet, where if you land right in a touchdown zone, let's say at the 1,000-foot marker, you will not use that distance. So today, in this case, if I know that, you know, from the airport layout, I know that I touched down about 300 meters downfield, or let's say 500 meters, I would have another 3 kilometers. So from here to here, that's 3,000 meters. I can estimate that from touchdown to here, that's 2 kilometers. Now the calculations here are actually from the threshold, so 50 feet threshold to a full stop. So really, I need about 1,500 meters. And that means if I touch down within the markers, so within the first 500 meters, I can actually kick out the auto brakes and just, you know, brake manually, and then we're going to aim for the first taxiway lights to the right. So the first yellow sign that we see, that will be Mike 8. I mean, we're not going to make Mike 4. That's in a touchdown zone. So the first taxiway off to the right is going to be Mike 8. So that's easy to find. But yeah, I'm going to kick out the auto brake fairly quickly. Okay, so the biggest difference between RMP and RNAV is that RMP is a progression or progress and improvement of the RNAV. So RNAV used to mean area navigation, and it did not require GPS as an updating means. So as long as you fulfilled the accuracy, either, you know, 1 mile or 0.3 miles, as long as you fulfill that with the accurate accuracy estimated, or the ANP as it's called, you could fly RNAV. It didn't require GPS. Now, as time has progressed and more aircraft have, you know, a standard GPS system installed, things have changed regarding the procedures for area navigation. And so really the big difference, or biggest difference between RMP and RNAV is the fact that most often you will have to have GPS updating, and you will find the requirement written somewhere in the briefing package as a requirement. And also what you need is a system in the aircraft that warns you if your actual accuracy goes above the required, or you have a failure within the autopilot system regarding the tracking and so on. So you need a monitoring system as well for the RMP approaches. So that will be the biggest difference. Should you always use full reverse? Burke, initially the teaching is that yes, you would initially slam the thrust levers into the max reverse as a good habit, and then you would put them to idle reverse. Why? Because it is a muscle memory movement.
45, Mike Juliet,
and in case anything goes wrong with the brake system, or you have aquaplaning, you know, you have zero time difference, or just no delay to have reverse thrust fully available. So what normally happens that pilots will put that into full reverse. Once they realize that the brakes are working, so deceleration is there, and then they will, you know, and the airport is somewhat noise sensitive, or you have a long runway like today before we can taxi out, then yeah, you put that to idle reverse.
Avec Toulouse 129 305, merci, bonne soirée Français, 73 Delta.
Yeah.
Ça va, Dibou?
Ines, yeah, pleasure. Right, we are about to go into descent. Narak has to be 190 below, and we will see that here on the chart. Although, hang on, Narak is not here. That's interesting. I guess that's somewhere on the infos. So quite often you would have on the airport information. You have to look at some of the briefings, arrival. So somewhere it could tell you that you have to expect certain altitudes at certain waypoints. Yeah, here for some, you know, noise restrictions, nighttime. With regards to using certain aircraft types, engine types, and so on. Reverse thrust. Cool. I just need to check. My wife just texted me. So I just have to write her back. Yeah, pilots do kick out the auto brakes fairly soon, although you shouldn't really do it. So the big advantage of using auto brake is that the deceleration. When ready, descent level 150, Air France 27 kilo, merci. So we have 150. Hey Bruno, so the advantage of using auto brake is that the brake wear will be more consistent throughout all the brakes. Pilots have a tendency, if they brake manually, which foot would you guess usually exerts more pressure on the pedals, left or right side? Alright, no. So if you have cars with a manual shift, pilots have less tactile feeling, if you like, on the left foot. Yeah, if you drive a manual car, the left foot is used to press harder compared to the right foot. So then usually, and you will see that quite often, if the pilots brake unconsciously, the left side will always get hotter than the right hand side. So let's press on the, let's go descend here. So that's why, that's the weird thing, isn't it? That, hey Nanook, welcome. So the left side will have more wear compared to the right side. Yeah, Usama, exactly. Left side is... How are you all beautiful people? We're doing well, Nanook. How are you? So gotta be careful now. We're coming into the path. That's the arrow here, the blue lightning arrow on path. Now the aircraft goes into thrust idle. So up here you can see the buffer between max speed and the overspeed is not that great. So you got to be careful with the initial pitch down of the aircraft. It does have a tendency to speed up a bit too much. And then you can see that as you descend, the MMO, so the maximum operating Mach number, goes up, and the same for the
NATO 404
the VMO,
control.
The maximum indicated airspeed. Yeah, Bordeaux, yeah, with control today.
NATO 404, Bordeaux control, bonjour, pass your message.
NATO 404.
So we have 190 below, and
going to
LFBO.
zone Delta 31 Delta in around 20-ish minutes.
And LFBO
15,
between 110 and 60.
Then,
sorry, 80.
asphalt to Mont de Marsan.
So let's have a look here again. Yeah, max 110, minimum 80. And there we have max 230. And there we have 4,000, 3,000. Cool.
Niveau 330, merci, Air France 22, Romeo Juliette.
How common is it for you to use differential braking when taxiing? Very rarely, always. I honestly, the only time really when you start using differential pressure, differential braking, is if the taxiways are slippery and you have a feeling that the nose gear traction isn't that good. Then you would go into using differential braking, but usually you don't. Usually you just use the tiller to steer.
Say again, 404?
405.
Osama, I drive in the right seat car, so my left brake is always more than right. Yeah, really? Okay, Osama, interesting, yeah. So how's the WinWing? Okay, so all in all, the quality is good. However, the Mini FCU overall quality regarding the casing, regarding the knobs and the buttons is better than the WinWing. The WinWing quality is adequate, I would say. It's just that the knobs are just a little bit loose in the sense it's a bit wobbly, I would say. Wobbly describes it quite well. The same if you dial. It has a tactile feedback regarding the notches, but it's a bit rubbery. It just doesn't feel as clear and crisp as the Mini FCU. The biggest issue for me, since I'm using frame generation, is the flickering of the display. But they're trying to fix it, so hopefully they will be successful in fixing it soon, i.e. very soon. Seatbelts are going on. Preparing for landing. How much time do we have remaining? We have remaining about 17 minutes. Yeah, it's a good thing on the seatbelts. 3.8 min diversion is 2.7. We have 2 runways available in Toulouse. I currently see no threats, so plan B would be to stay here in Toulouse. But we have 20 minutes extra anyways, so missed approach would mean we could do a second approach. No problem. Okay, so visibility has it decreased. Okay, let me just call up the ATIS again. Echo. Well, it says 10 kilometer, light drizzle. So interesting. The visibility should be fine. At least from this weather. But thanks for the feedback, Alpha. Much appreciated. Riva got his final.
7 kilo cleared Narak 7 November.
Sorry, was that for Air France? 27 kilo?
27 kilo cleared Narak 7 India arrival.
Yeah, cleared in Narak 7 India arrival. Thank you, Air France 27 kilo. So as programmed, as briefed, fantastic. So Riva got his final in his type rating. So he's passed the final check. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, GG's to him. Yeah, 350 also beautiful aircraft. So he must be hyped. Tower is under construction. What do you mean with that? How? 29305. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. France 27 kilo. Oh, I read construction. I thought, yeah, instruction, mentoring. Thank you much. All right.
118.1,
now I got it. Final check. Okay, so we try to behave. So 190 below. Come on. Bordeaux approach Bonsoir from Air France 27 kilo. We're passing 195, descent 150. Information Echo.
Air France 27 kilo, bonjour. Direct Bravo Oscar 603, descend 3000 feet, QNH 1008.
Descending 3000 feet, QNH 1008, and direct Bravo Oscar 603. Air France 27 kilo. So that was the advantage right now, guys. I was able to dial in the altitude without looking up, right? So I could concentrate on, you know, direct to whatever and just dial in here on the, you know, 3000 feet on the display. Now we got 1008 set. Trek miles 62, 18,000 feet. That adds up. So I'm happy with the descent progress. That's true, Beethoven, yeah. That's true. You never, the thing is, sometimes I always think, well, you know, the NOTAMs, if it says like, you know, I don't know, taxiway under construction or something, you know, you never know how seriously the controllers at that airfield here in VATSIM take this information. And then sometimes you have, you know, those taxiways actually being closed here in the simulator. So Alpha, yeah, me too. So I'm honestly, I'm very much looking forward to the final product. So when everything's finished regarding the, you know, the renovation works, the new kitchen, and we still have plans to start streaming again, and then, you know, with that new kitchen, that will be a completely different level, which we look forward to. I'm going to take out the FLS again because that does make sense for the RNF approach, because we have the approach button anyway. I don't see any other traffic right now. We are below on the TCAS, so that is all good. Let me just call up the taxi chart. So what can we expect after landing? So after landing, we vacate Mike 8, cross runway, so hotspot crossing of the runway there, taxi back, and then we'll have a look where we park. Normally Air France would be parked, where's Pakistan's? I just saw it here, there we are. So they would be parked somewhere here, uniform. So you have the entries, Tango 65, Tango 60, Tango 55, and then we have the parking spot. So the uniforms are on that round or that star pattern terminal, and the rest are further down. But I think we'll get parked somewhere here. Cool. Cool. Right. So inbound now to 603. Munich always simulates the taxiway closures. GG's. Nice. Let's have a look. I'm sure we can read the checklist. Let's have a look here. Normal checklist. So we have approach checklist. Bar row ref 1008 set 3 times checked. Seatbelts on. Minimum bar row 840 feet. Auto brake low. And engine mode selector is normal. And that's the approach checklist completed.
Conseil 73 véritable, piste IS-30 de gauche, on est établi.
Contrôlez, Lima Victor, vitesse libre maintenant, la tour 118 unités, bonne arrivée.
Vitesse libre maintenant et on passe avec la tour 118.
Wow, it has gotten dark, hasn't it? Blimey. Let's switch on some lights here. Ah. Where can I the bar row numbers? Well, normally you would only find them on the approach plates. So if you want to ask me where on the approach plates you find them, you go on the approach that you're flying. Here we're doing the RMP today, 3 to left. And there on the bottom part, you either have to choose the LNAV VNAV minimum or the LNAV minimum. So if you're outside of that temperature, so if the temperature goes below -20, you can only use LNAV minimum. Unless you have a bar row corrected FMS. So slowing down, on path it says 33 miles, 10,000 feet. That does add up. Beautiful.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box.
Hey, FlightSim kid. How are you?
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks,
Okay,
snacks,
France
and
27 kilo
premium
would appreciate the
flight
RMP
entertainment
3 to
Thank
left, if possible.
Starting actual flying training again next week.
Oh, nice.
VIR should be fun.
Oh, all the best wishes for that. FlightSim kid, thank you so much for the 21.
Well, France 27 kilo, I don't see any problem with that, so cleared RNP approach runway 3 to left from Bravo Oscar 603.
Okay, from Bravo Oscar 603, we cleared the RMP 3 to left approach. Air France 27 kilo, merci beaucoup. Request denied. Hang on. Bob. What do you mean?
Cabin crew must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
VIP, right? Can't find my VIP emote right now.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
Thank you. Landing in about... yeah, right. 8 minutes. God, you guys. Right. In and out of clouds. Temperature +6. We are going to have to put on engine anti-ice. I'm doing well, FlightSim kid. And how was the training going up to now? Are you enjoying it? I know it's a lot of studying, but the important thing also is not to forget to enjoy the training and enjoy the flying. Do you know where is Iran? Yes, I do know where Iran is. Yes, I've flown over Iran many times in my career. I know very well where that is. The last time I flew over Iran was in November. Not just in France, Beethoven. We had, I think we had -2 degrees 2 days ago here. So the pseudo waypoint for deceleration is here. Let me activate it now because I'm going to have more drag already. So out comes the speed brakes for that final turn. Who was the developer you mentioned when we oh, the Toto Richco. So it's Hot Start. Hot Start is the company. And Toto Richco is the developer. Fantastic person. He's extremely clever and knows so much about all kinds of stuff in aviation. Yeah, there we go. If you're already on a Discord server. Yeah, Flurkle, do so, yeah. He enjoys good conversations regarding these things with fluid stuff, and you know, he's always up for that. Here comes flaps 1. Speed is checked. Flaps 1. Speed brakes come in. Although we have to go and go speed brakes out again. Let's do a check of these systems. 0.3 required. Correct. Actual is 0.03, so better than required. And I'm going to press the approach button. There's no need to you know, press the approach button too early. When you inbound to the final approach fix, then you can start pressing the approach button. There we go. So here comes flaps 2. Speed checked. Flaps 2. Yeah, it has started to rain. Blimey. Tower is going to be 18.1. Let's pre-dial that. 18.1. There we go. Pre-selected. Actually, let me use this here. So 165. So now we're inbound. We've got speed, final approach. And that means we can set the missed approach altitude. So we're going to go according to the waypoints to Zulit.
Air France 27 kilo, contact tower 118.1, have a good arrival.
18.1, merci beaucoup, have a great evening. Air France 27 kilo. Tschüss. Toulouse Tower, bonsoir. From Air France 27 kilo on the RMP 32 left. They would call them. Continue approach, Air France 27 kilo. Well, they call them Blagnac. You don't call them Toulouse, you call them Blagnac actually.
2,500.
Is checked. Gear is coming down. Flaps 3, speed checked, flaps 3. And the speed brakes. And flaps full, speed checked. Flaps full. Clear to land, 3-2 left, Air France 27 kilo. So the wind is going to shift to the rear. So a little bit tailwind, we did calculate with that. Landing checklist. EKMIM or landing no blue. So let's do some hand flying here. Manual thrust. Manual flight. Why do I have a feeling that I'm sitting a bit cross? Okay, anyways. Yeah, Lufthansa 222 to Toulouse. That was a great joke. So let's just check. 4 miles to the runway. We should be at 1820. So that all adds up correctly. It's just weird. I don't see the runway yet. And I know I have the scenery installed. I checked this afternoon. So we're correct on the path. 3 miles, 1500. Oh, now I can see the runway. There you go. Now I'm relieved. 2 red, 2 white, all good. Oh, now it's disappeared again. 1000 checked. You weren't kidding. It is. Visibility is terrible. Now I can see the lights and poppies again a little bit. Blimey. Oh, look at that optical illusion. Isn't that cool? That looks like this goes uphill. That looks like, you know, or the other way around. Downhill. Slightly low correcting. No.
500.
Okay, we'll try to go Mike 8 to the right after landing. Air France 27 kilo.
300.
I just thought he said go around. I was like, what? No. So now expect a triple click at the missed approach point. There it is. Triple click.
40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
151. Oh, careful. Right. Oops, that was my control there. Manual brakes. So the first yellow sign is here, and that will be Mike 8. A Chewy said that. Yeah. I don't know why I got drifted that far out. Interesting how it's all blurred. Does it get better when I have the wipers on? Hey, hey Leo. Yes, you can actually. That's a good point. You can actually. So I don't know if you see that. If you dim the lights in the cockpit here, it does dim the same on the panel. You see that? Yeah, you see that, right? It does do that. Yeah, good point.
Good night, black box.
Air France 27 kilo, cross 32 right, and on the other side we continue via Papa. Good night too, Voyager, mach's gut. What temperature is it? Plus 10. I'm going to leave the engine anti is running for now. Right, runway is clear. Switch off the strobes. Man, that Viper is annoying. It's so loud. I'm going to turn right. So flaps going up. Radar, predicted windshield system going off.
Taxi gate Echo 5-4 via Papa and Tango 50.
Ouais, Papa, Tango 50 to stand Echo 5-4. Merci beaucoup. Air France 27 kilo. Right, yeah, good job. So I think I have no worries that he should be passing his test. So Papa 50 is a little bit further down the taxiway here. And then the stand is Echo 54. We will check that in a minute. After landing checklist, radar predictor windshield system is off. No, so Flockzap, I couldn't get the voice recognition working. I don't know why I couldn't get it activated. I know they still have some issues with the FENIX animated first officer. Omar, yes I can. So now, because it's nighttime, I turned down the vibrance. Normally I have it on like 15. And then I have the Sharpen 35, Grain 15. Color, I have Tint 30, and then 000. And then Brightness Contrast, I have 0, -4, 22, and Shadows 30. Make a screenshot. Right, Papa 50. Hey, Organ, no worries. Yeah, have a great night. Sleep well. So from Papa Tango to Papa 50, it's going to be to the left slightly. That's a nice scenery. I like it. Yeah, so there's our ramp agent. Trostbrot, yes, Senshai is back from his trip, so I'll ask him to update the settings. Engine ITI is off, lights are all off. And there is Echo 54. We found it. What scenery? Good question. I have to look. Is it flight? What's it called? Flight? Not Flight Tampa, but what's the other one? Flight something. Flight Beams. There it is. Alpha. Thank you. Flight Beams. Pyroblaster, hello. Well, the WinWing FCU is quality-wise good. However, the build quality of the mini FCU is better. So the knobs here are a little bit wobbly, I think. Tactile feedback is also just a tad wobbly compared to the mini FCU. And there's one big issue. If you're using frame generation, you are very likely going to have screen flickering. And they need to fix that with an update.
Close the frequency, bye-bye.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. But, you know, you just have to realize that this unit only costs, I'm saying only, but it costs less than the mini FCU. So the WinWing costs around about 95 euros, in that region, 90 euros. And for that, you still get a very good unit. And the advantage of the the advantage of the WinWing FCU is the fact that it's pretty much real world size. So the size is much bigger, which I prefer actually. That's one thing I really disliked about the mini FCU. It just looks like it is a miniature version, and it really looks like that. Although again, the quality, the build quality here of the casing and the knobs, buttons is better on the mini FCU. Yeah, Beethoven. I looked at what was staffed today, and I saw that Toulouse was staffed. So I thought, well, why not do a nice relaxed flight from Berlin to Toulouse? And it was nice to stay online. Although, I mean, I was right on time. How about that? DH, thank you much for watching. Glad you enjoyed it. And look at that. Deboarding. Fantastic. Guys, the next stream, unfortunately, is not until the next week. So I'm going to be away for the weekend on a little holiday trip to get out of the dust here at home. The renovation works are ongoing, and the whole house is so dusty and dirty, so we want to get out for a weekend. And I will see you either Monday or Tuesday, I would say. Just about not far away, like 3 hours drive. And it's a little bit of a more mountainous area, although mountains is a bit overdone, but we call it the Harz. So we're going there for some hiking. Weather is supposed to be good, so looking forward to it. Thank you so much, everyone that has resubscribed today. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, see you again very soon. Have a great weekend. And my dear moderators, thank you so much for all the help.
Good night, Black Box.
Exactly, not far from Bremen. Good night, Alpha. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Here comes the outro.
Good night, Black Box.
Good night.